Back with another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast. So you're saying we have a chance. Birds, Bucks this Sunday, and maybe a little MVP talk too as well. Hang out. You're listening to the Santa Boot First podcast.
I think this the one here.
Turn the beat up.
Just a little bit.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast. Act like we've been here before. There we go. Teach here in spirit. We are back live in the studio after the cluster we had last week with the virtual, and now Smitty's starting us off
real hot.
real nice tonight. So let's get started going around the room here. To my left, Smitty, you got your technical difficulties figured out there?
I'm good.
You're good? You're good? All right. To his left, we got the Don. DJ, what's up?
Yo.
To his left, Andrew Martin.
So
Sporting his Oklahoma U hoodie over there. And to his left, Brody Marcus. What's going on, Brody, man?
What's up?
Behind the glass, got us keeping us live. Nate Moss, Money Pot.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
What's going on?
No elder statesman tonight. I almost feel like we should have let in with is there a way to make the color on here like black and white and then go to Technicolor? Like when Dorothy,
We should have got that cutout of him.
We need
we need that.
Brody.
You needed
Brody,
the cutout.
yeah.
The cutout would have worked.
Damn. Damn.
The deep freaks cutout.
Stroke.
So no elder statesman in here. We just brought the average age in the room down by about 37 years. So we're good. We're gonna get some young hot takes tonight.
No history lessons tonight.
No. I'll try to play the elder statesman for a few.
Yo, when I talk to Deke, it's just like he just hits me with these one-liners that he suspects me to know because I'm from Philly, and I just be having the slightest clue what the hell he be talking about.
Yeah, like what the
sometimes.
hell's going on?
Yeah, man.
He thinks it's like
kills
the
me.
next hip thing too.
Well, no, he's just talking his talk.
Yeah,
he
that's
goes,
how he is,
he's just we're older, but like, bro, I'm not that. Like, you got me by about 40.
Oh.
The man's not here to defend
I
himself,
know.
so
He'll go
we'll
back
take shots
in
all
here.
night.
Yeah,
take shots
we're gonna take
all
shots
night.
all night,
All night.
all night. Take shots.
And speaking of taking shots, let's thank our sponsors before we get started here. InsurePhilly.com for all your insurance need. Give our guy Matt Maloney a call, the NPM agency. We got you covered. Give Matt a call. He'll get your insurance needs. Beginning of the year, it's a good time to look at all your insurance. And Pops McCann's Fine Whiskey, keeping us hydrated. That's the shots part of it. Get some fine Pops original in here tonight. And thanks to Mamma Mia's Pizzeria. Tonight we had a little pepperoni stromboli, a little square pie, and a little plain pie. Always good. And I'm going to throw a special shout out to, what is it again? DJ, you got me. Ferry's
good treats.
Good Treats. Yes.
Yeah.
Butter cake. Phenomenal. I shouted them out on our Facebook page a couple weeks ago, and I eat one of those whole cakes. I can hear myself
I think
getting fatter
They're
as I
really,
eat it.
I was about to say, is that a new
creative, too.
sponsor I didn't know about? What's going on?
She's selling them at Mamma Mia's, and it's a great thing.
Oh,
That's
your
right.
dad made a good point. Where's Santa?
See, we were hoping nobody realized that.
Yeah, we forgot. That's on hand up. That's on me. That's
Oh
on
wow,
me.
y'all forgot
So-
I
Santa?
forgot.
You should just do your Andy Reid. I got to do a better job.
Let me clear the throat 5 times. I got to do a better job
That's
next.
terrible.
I
Next
got to
week,
put my team in better
next week
positions.
we'll be prepare better, and we'll get back to it next week.
Come on, man, you can't do that.
I know.
We
I'm
got-
sorry.
We got no
I
Santa.
apologize.
We got Smitty with the technical difficulties.
Listen,
Pet's heads are falling off.
you ate 75% of the butter cake.
I don't know.
Oh,
The
yeah, I
French
know.
are assholes.
I'm gonna either go into diabetic shock or just fall asleep. All right. Well, let's go. We got some sports to talk here. Birds in the playoffs. I mean, we knew this 2 weeks ago. Last week's game against the Cowboys. All you Cowboys fans crowing out there. I don't care how many touchdowns Dak threw. He threw them against my dad, so it doesn't matter. But now we got a real game coming up. Coming in as the 7 seed against the 2 seed Buccaneers down there in Tampa Bay. First impressions, guys. Win or lose. First impressions, just off the top of your head.
Oh God. My heart says win. My head says lose.
That means it's a loss.
Yeah.
What's your money say?
Loss.
We'll get there Sunday morning.
Loss.
We'll see how Saturday goes to get to Sunday.
Loss.
Win.
Who's got to win?
Andrew,
The young end of the table. I feel it's
the
gonna say win.
optimistic side.
It's gonna be close.
Go ahead. Tell him, Brody, man. Tell him what you really feel.
You don't need to give a score yet. This is first impressions. They gonna win or lose? They got a shot.
Yeah.
They got a shot.
I think they'll win.
This false hope.
I think the Eagles will
They
win.
got a shot.
Yeah, I think they got a shot. I'm not there yet to say a victory, but I definitely think that a lot of people are just assuming because it's Brady that he's going to tear us apart, but they're not looking at the whole picture of what Tampa's missing. Tampa's missing a lot.
I think the 8 points is big. And
Yeah.
I think
9
that's-
now.
Is it up to 9 already?
Yeah, it's 9.
As it should be.
It might be 9.5. I
As
haven't
it
checked,
should
but
be.
it's 9.
fellas. As it should be. Take
Nah.
off your Santa Bood Eagle goggles off and tell me what matchup will we win
The run
The
game.
run game.
We're gonna
Run
run.
game.
We're gonna run down
against
their
a
throats.
top 5 run defense?
I
They
mean,
haven't been top 5
You
the
see what
last
we did
4
against
weeks.
the top 1?
This is a different game than we played them the first time.
I will say that it's a much different game than that week 6
Oh,
matchup.
absolutely. I
Two
do
different
not-
teams
Completely.
completely.
they don't
Absolutely.
have. Who do they have? Le'Veon Bell is their lead
Nah,
back.
it's
No,
Fournette's
Fournette's
back,
playing.
but he's hurt.
back. I
But
thought
they
he
got
wasn't playing.
no,
No,
he's
he's
playing.
playing.
He's back, but he's on
It's the
a bad
playoffs.
hamstring in a bad weather game too.
Yeah.
You know that might be tough. That's a lot of stress on a hamstring.
I mean, are you worried about Scotty Miller burning us deep? I mean, is that your
No.
big concern? Or
No, I
or
mean-
or Perryman? Like, I think the matchup.
It's still Brady and Gronk in the
It is
playoffs.
right. We'll have to.
you know.
That's going to be the key. What can we do?
And
to
Mike
stop
Evans.
Gronk?
Mike Evans is a
Yeah, but
dangerous threat.
Slay shut him down first time around. I'm not as
I
worried
hope-
about Evans. I'm worried about Gronk. That's where I'm
So-
worried.
And that's why I said it's a different game on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
Right.
Mhm.
On our side, we didn't have Lane Johnson.
Right.
Myalata had just come back, and they
Right.
moved him to the right side of the line,
Right.
not his natural position.
Yep.
We didn't have Goddard. And was Miles just back from an injury too?
no, I
Did
think
Miles even play that game?
Yeah, Miles played that game,
Did
but he
he-
only
he
got
had
the
like
ball
two-
He
once.
got
Yeah,
9.
he
Yeah,
got
yeah,
9
he only ran the
carries.
ball
Yeah,
9
no
times.
carries.
Right.
nine carries.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're completely
Jordan
different game from
Howard.
that
Jordan
perspective.
Howard wasn't
He's
in
going to
there.
be completely ineffective in this game. You're giving the ball to a guy who fumbles with a bad hand.
You could say the same for Leonard Fournette then. You're giving the ball to a guy who's coming off a hamstring injury for the past however many weeks, and it's
Who's
a
out of
terrible
shape,
weather
too.
game.
But when does Fournette ever like really kill you? Does Fournette have like 150 yards?
He's not called playoff Lenny for nothing.
It's true, but he just moves the change. He gets those 3-4 yards, a little bit of dump off.
I will give the slight edge in the running back comparison to Leonard Fournette just because he's a bigger name and he's proven more.
But
But it's
if you
not a
look at the-
big gap.
If you look at the run games on a whole, I don't give it to Tampa.
No.
The run game on a whole is
Our
maybe not the
run
run
game,
game, but
the-
I'll say player.
Yeah, but
I'll
the
give it Fournette.
combination of Hurts, Howard, and Sanders.
Sanders, Scott, Gainwell. We got
Are
Sean.
you afraid of Brady freaking running with
Well,
the ball?
Brady's not going to
Right.
run, but
So Fournette, they don't have Jones, and they got Le'Veon Bell. Who the hell's worried about Le'Veon Bell? I'm not. Sure is not.
and their other running
I
back. They
think
just cut
Ronald
another
Jones
running
is
back.
hurt too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's out.
Yeah.
Giving a shout out to Where Y'all Hiding. He just said, "I'm gonna share your content. You're definitely right to get noticed." So just want to make
Thank
sure.
you.
Make sure we give out shout out to certain people out there.
Oh, I see him up there now.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
man.
that. Keep watching. Hang around, and you got anything? Just chime in here. We're keeping an eye on our guy Sean here on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he hopes that Gainwell play Gainwell in the slot.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
And-
And then
and-
he can tell Rager to take his
Because
seat.
he's
Put
he's
Quez
not
out there.
bad out of the backfield catching. He has that explosiveness to him, a little bit. I think.
We got some funny comments. Here we go. Here's a good one. You see that one, Jim? You see that one come
With
up?
Huntley.
Nah. From Twitch. You got some fans from Twitch
yeah,
here.
I'm not on the Twitch stream.
Oh, sweet Jesus. It is the perfect evolution of beards.
That's good.
I
is
like
clever.
that one.
Wow.
That is
I
clever.
like
That's
that
good.
one.
The one
That
thing
guy polar nights.
Yeah.
Or girl.
the one thing that we talked about the Eagles this week is we know that Rager hasn't been completely effective catching the ball. I think, and I've said this week in the group chat, is that I think group chat is that Greg Ward should get more touches this game than
I
Rager
think
because he can move the
collectively
chains. Greg Ward
everyone's
can move
saying
the
Greg
chains.
Ward should get the chance
Yeah,
to play more
because
than Rager.
he can
Yeah.
move the chains and he can catch the
And
ball.
and I think you brought it up, Smitty. Last year, how many times did they go to him on third downs
Right.
to pick up a first down? I mean, Greg Ward is pretty
They're gonna
for
need
sure.
it. I'm telling you that right now. They're gonna need somebody to step up.
Oh, and it's not going to
and
be somebody like
I don't
Devontae
know
Smith. Like they
who.
got to pick an odd guy on that
Maybe a
offense to
guy-
make a
may-
play.
I mean,
instead of a somebody, how about a something? How about the weather?
yeah, that's what everyone's
but-
talking about.
Rainy, windy, sloppy
Yeah.
games.
But that to me, what do you think the Eagles are gonna run 40, 50 times
Yeah, I don't
the
see
game?
how it really helps the
Like,
Eagles.
yeah, it doesn't
because-
really help the
'cause
Eagles at all.
Think about the weather Tom Brady's had to play in New England all those years.
Like he's seen every defense
Yeah.
ever. Like I mean, like people are like I hear people on the radio. Oh, I'm tired of Tom Brady and the greatness and all that talk. But when you look at the game, you have to really look at it. He's seen everything.
Right.
There's not like when he comes up for his pre-snap reads, he's gonna know where the defense is. He's gonna know where to go to the ball. He gets the ball out in 2.5 seconds. Like 2.5 seconds.
Well, that's how he kills
We don't.
you.
Yeah, we don't
And that's-
blitz.
And
we
that's
can't get
gonna
home.
be the Eagles' biggest
Like,
challenge is
it's-
getting to
And
Brady.
this is what we
before
talked
he gets
about
the
last
ball
week.
out
It
so
is
quick.
a bad matchup. It is a really bad matchup for us. I'm telling you, he's going to
No,
sit
we
there and
didn't-
pick us
we didn't
apart.
say that.
You're
thought
saying that.
I know. I said that's what I
What?
said. I said this last week.
Right.
It is a terrible matchup for us. I'm
It's-
telling
See,
you.
I see what you're saying, Nate. Like I get it, and you make very good points. But I just think that if we were to play the team like the Rams, who have weapons on the passing game, they would have just killed us and lit us up. See, I think the Bucks, you can contain it. You can kind of keep things ahead, like in front of you,
I agree.
because the Rams, they kill you with the big play. I don't think the Bucks are going to do that to you.
They don't have their big
They
play
don't
guys.
have the big play
That's
guys.
But they don't
And
need
that's
to,
what-
though. That's what I'm
I get
saying.
it. I
Yeah,
know,
they
I
don't.
get
They
it.
don't
Yeah.
need to.
But that plays into the Eagles' advantage, is what I think. Because think about it, Gannon's defenses don't get beat on the big play.
Right.
And as much as it drives us nuts, including me as fans, sometimes that's not the worst thing when you don't want the big play to be. It helps you sometimes.
I think we're discounting the fact that he's losing. He's down Brown and Godwin. That's a huge deal. And the last time that he didn't have a lot of weapons, right before Tampa, what happened in
The
shitty
New
weather?
Orleans game.
In
No.
Tennessee,
In Tennessee, what happened in
Oh,
shitty
in
weather?
New England.
He
It
had
was his last
Edelman,
game. His
that's
last
it,
game as
right.
a Patriot.
I mean,
Was Gronk out that game? Or was that
Gronk
when was he retired?
Yeah, at that point.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I think they can win? Yes. Do I think it's going to be easy? No. But I think the people that are sitting out here saying, like, we have no chance or Brady's going to tear us apart, I don't agree with that.
I think the line's very disrespectful.
I do
Yeah,
too. I
that's
think
where
the
I'm at.
line's disrespectful, and I think that you can shut down Mike Evans with Slay, and I'm not afraid of Perryman or Scotty Miller beating us.
That line tells me that the Vegas and the sports books think that the Eagles are like the Steelers. Like I think
Yeah, the
Eagles are
Steelers-
much better than the Steelers.
What's the Steelers line now? Like 12 and a half?
half.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I get it. The Chiefs are probably a better team than the Bucks in Kansas City as well.
right.
But I mean, I think we're better than the Steelers, and I think we have a better chance to win than the Steelers do. A much better chance than the Steelers.
I'll
do.
also say this: as much as we've gotten better since that Bucks game, the Bucks have not gotten better. They've gotten
just
worse.
declined.
They've had some
Yeah,
really
well,
bad.
they're banged up.
Yeah, they're banged up,
Yeah.
and we're kind of rolling. We've got our run game established. Like Jim said, like that's a huge deal having Lane Johnson back.
And
That's big. Having Goddard is huge. Like we talk about the same thing about their defense. Who the hell in their secondary is going to stop us? Who do they have
Yeah,
in the
no one.
secondary to stop Devontae Smith if he gets open?
We don't throw the ball, so what's it matter?
Well, that I was gonna feed off that. If they run the ball and they just keep pounding the ball,
And it works.
doesn't that open up to sneak that
Yeah.
one to Devontae?
Yeah,
that's what I-
exactly.
Watkins?
Yes.
Or play action,
Right.
deep pass, like you were saying. Yeah.
And like, there's been some games where 20 of 26 he was, 23 of 26 for 299.
If he can, if
it
Hurts,
doesn't- right.
if Hurts doesn't have to throw the ball 30 times, I think the Eagles are winning. But if he's got to throw the ball 30, 35, 40 times, it's
Yeah.
going to be tough to win.
I don't think they're going to have to because
I
I think
hope
they're
they
going to be
don't
able
have
to
to.
move the chains on their
He's-
defense.
He's
I think they're gonna
going
be
to
able to run the
need to
ball.
be very decisive.
Yes,
sure.
and he cannot.
Can't-
And the thing that Smitty's always bringing this up, he's smart with the ball. He doesn't. The
Except
only
for the
time,
Giants
yeah,
game,
except
right.
for that Giants game was his worst
Right,
game,
right.
where he forced a lot of
He
throws.
doesn't.
He
right,
doesn't really force too many bad mistakes, which is good
Right.
out of a young quarterback. And you hope that he doesn't do that in his first playoff game, but we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't. Hopefully, the pressure doesn't get to him.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the kid's played in some pretty big games. You
Yeah.
know, it's a different league. I get
Yeah.
that.
Last
It's-
time he was in Tampa, he showed out. National championship.
Yeah.
but it's going to come down to whether he has to throw the ball. I think we have a puncher's chance. I'm going to be Deke. We're going to use some old reference. He's got a puncher's chance.
I agree with this.
If they
comment,
can
too.
run the ball
right
and keep Brady off the field, I think if Slay can lock down Evans, like you said,
right.
TJ Edwards has been playing better. He's not the best linebacker, but if him and bring a safety down to help with Gronk.
Yeah,
I was just saying,
You don't need a linebacker to spy the quarterback in this situation because Brady's not going anywhere.
You probably put Harris or McLeod on Gronk.
You got to
I
bring
was
somebody
gonna say,
down.
could you also put Maddox in there? out of the
He's
slot?
he's too small though. I feel like.
Yeah.
Although it's not a bad call to do that, but I mean, Harris and McLeod aren't big either to cover. Nobody's
No,
good.
I'm
Nobody's
just
big enough to
thinking
go
Maddox
Gronk,
has
but-
the speed. To
But
save
yeah,
the ball.
I could see that. I don't know. It's a tough call to any matchup's tough on Gronk.
They have a chance.
Gronk's
I
also
think-
been injured too and beat up. Don't get you get a
He's
hit
got
on
those
one of
ribs,
these guys,
right? The ribs problem. Yeah.
Are you guys finished yet? Are you guys listening to yourself talk? Like, I want you to listen to this podcast when
What?
you guys are done, because this is ridiculous. It is, man. I'm Eagles till I die. I bleed green. When Sunday comes, I will be in the front row with all my Eagles gear on, rooting and cheering and booing and doing everything I need to do to will my team to win. But with everything you guys are saying, it's not enough. It's just not enough, right?
Why not?
Because it's been done. Everything you said, oh, this guy's hurt, or they can't do this, or what if they do this and do this? He's won in the last 20 Super Bowls, he's been to 10.
But you're thinking about like New England. You're thinking about the past.
No, I'm thinking about the man himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's a team.
Like he
game.
has
It's
a
a
bet.
team game.
He
It's a
has a
team
better
game.
team than he did in New England.
He doesn't
not
have
necessarily.
I disagree with
What
that.
were his stats this year? Didn't he have like
I mean, that
his
MVP,
most interceptions?
our MVP bet looks amazing.
Yeah,
No,
look,
it's gonna be Rodgers.
He's
though.
still Brady. Don't get me wrong, but he's not Brady with the halo anymore.
No.
He's not Brady that walks on water.
We're talking about
He
somebody who
lost to
just
some
won.
bad
He
teams
just
this-
won last year. Like, are we forgetting he
Right,
just
he
won the
won-
Super Bowl?
He won
with
last year with
a
totally
much
different
better
player.
offense
with
and a much
right.
better
A
defense.
total. They returned all their starters.
I get that, but they're banged
Yeah,
up.
and they don't have all their
They don't
starters
have-
They're
currently.
injured.
You're acting like Brown and Godwin are just like serviceable wide receivers.
First, but Brown came on the end, right? He came on in the end.
He had
so
a
he-
good
And
Super
he
Bowl
was-
game.
So,
Yeah, he
no,
was-
I'm not saying he didn't,
All right.
but-
Browns had a good,
but I'm just saying he came on at the end. He wasn't with them all year.
when last year? He came.
You guys are sounding like
in,
Cowboys fans now.
like middle
I'm
of the week.
talking about today. I don't care about last year.
Yeah.
I don't care who won the Super Bowl last year. Did you see them almost lose to the Jets 3 weeks ago, whatever it is?
Almost don't count though.
It was still a close game.
It doesn't
Joe,
matter.
They lost
Like,
to
they-
Washington.
there's a lot of
your,
almost, couldas, shouldas, and wouldas.
from your betting perspective.
Right.
9 points. You don't think the Eagles covered 9 points?
There's a reason why it's 9 points.
I get it, and that's disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. There's a reason why it's
There's
9
also-
points.
I get
There
you.
was also
You're
a reason-
playing the Mike Missinelli. The
Wait,
lines telling me
yo.
something. 9 points tells me they're going to
I
get
know,
blown out.
I
It's
know-
because
I don't believe
Brady
that.
is one of the most, if not the most efficient quarterback ever.
We're not,
Not
trying to
anymore.
take away
I
from
mean,
what Tom
look
Brady
at what
has
happened
done and
last
who he
week.
is.
Right.
All we're saying is that these teams are different from their first matchup in the season. It's hard to beat a team twice in 1 year, and the Eagles are a better team from where they've came from in that matchup, and the Bucks have either stayed the same, you could say, or maybe even gotten a little worse since that matchup.
Do you think that first game was close?
No,
No,
No.
not until garbage time.
Exactly. So what makes you think this game will be close?
Because it's
Because
not
that
the same.
game,
It's not the
the
same
Eagles
teams.
were nowhere near figuring
think about
themselves
the
out.
progressions Hurts has made throughout the year.
Okay.
He's not the same quarterback. I don't think. I think he's gotten
I mean,
better.
I
It's
give
not much better,
and
but it's a little.
I've been so critical of Hurts,
Yeah.
right? I've been one of the most critical people on Hurts all day, and I will continue until he's great because that's what I want for the kid. But we're talking about running the ball, and we're giving Hurts credit for running the ball at the quarterback position.
What's wrong with
If
that?
it wins me the game, I'm happy.
If-
Okay.
If it wins me the game on
Who-
Sunday, I'm
who
happy.
is- who the Bucks played?
It's not a winning formula. That's what's wrong with it.
No. Hold on. You bring that up, but I'm going to give you this. Who did the Bucks play this year? Was it the Bills? Josh Allen ran for what 100-something
Yeah.
yards against the
Mhm.
Bucks,
Yeah.
and they won.
Let's not.
It's a winning formula
let-
against
let-
the Bucks if your quarterback.
Well,
can
let's
run the
not
ball.
compare Jalen Allen to Hurts. Let's
Has
stop
Hurts
right
not
there.
ran for
From
100
what
yards this year
perspective?
though?
He's not in Allen's.
I'm not saying
he's
that
not
he's
in
Josh Allen,
Allen's-
but I'm
yeah,
saying
he's
that
not in Allen's.
Hurts has ran for 100 yards this year in a game. So Josh Allen did it against the Bucks. Why can't Hurts do the same thing?
I mean,
Because he's not Josh Allen. That's
but he
why.
can run the ball like Josh Allen. and
I'd say he can run the ball better than Josh
he's
Allen.
quicker than Josh Allen.
He's not Allen, man. Allen's a different breed, bro. Let's be serious.
But
They're not.
all right,
They're
all
not.
right,
They're
let's-
not in the same conversation.
Let's.
But
I tried to make this
calling
point.
him a good runner and a good runner of the ball, and that's he's.
I mean, so is what's his name? The dude from the Saints, Hill. Hill's a great runner. It doesn't. I mean, they're
Nah,
athletes.
Hill stinks.
Yeah, he's.
I mean,
I said a great runner. I didn't say he was a good quarterback. I just said he was a good runner.
They lost to the freaking Saints with Trevor Simeon as their freaking quarterback.
No, wasn't it Hill?
No, I think it
Nah,
was
I think it was
Simeon.
Simeon.
Was it Simeon?
Yeah, and then they
Oh my
and
God.
dude, because then
That's
after
even
that we
worse.
smoked them. That was the week after they beat the Bucks.
No,
So I tried to make this point last week, but we had all the difficulties. Like you're saying, Josh Allen's a different breed. I'm starting to come around. Can Hurts not be a different breed? Can we not start looking at Hurts like this is a quarterback that can work?
Right.
I get it. I want his arm to be better. That's what I'm saying. If he's got to throw the ball 30 times, I agree with you. We lose.
Yeah.
If he can throw the ball 20 to 25,
You're in the game.
and he's got to be
You're in the
decisive. I think
and you
we
might
have
win
a
the
shot.
game. Yeah,
And
you
get
might
a
win the game.
turnover. You know.
You got to get a turnover.
Yeah,
at least one.
Yeah, you. That's what I'm saying. There has to be something in this game. Like to me, the key is Gannon. Jonathan Gannon has to coach his best game in his life. He cannot come out with that bend don't break defense because Brady will eat him up.
Absolutely.
He will eat him. He's got to do man. He's got to move Slay around. He's got to blitz from different spots, even though it's really not smart because historically, Brady's the best quarterback against the blitz ever. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like when I look at this game and I understand what you guys are saying, the line is high, the Eagles are playing well, Tampa's hobbled and stuff like that. But when you look at the matchups, there's really not a good matchup that you like, okay, we're going to win this matchup. Can the Eagles run the ball on Tampa? Absolutely. Are they going to run for over 175 to 200 yards? I don't know. I don't know if they will because Tampa historically throughout the year has been a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I understand that we ran well against the top defense, but can we do it when the lights are the brightest in Tampa when there's win or go home?
So, but okay, having you said, okay, we don't know. But why can't we just give them that chance? That's all we're saying is that we're giving them the chance.
We all think they have a chance.
We all think they have a chance. Do we think they win? I think we all said we don't know. They got a chance. But I'm just saying that I think this Eagles team is better from what the first matchup was, and that's why I think they'll be in the game when there's 2 minutes left on the clock.
Okay.
One way or the other. And another thing in the game, I think the special teams has to step up. They got to make a play.
Huntley's going.
And that's what I was going to say. Huntley showed some explosiveness last week. Maybe he can give us some good field position on some of these kickoff returns.
Yeah.
And maybe put him back there instead of Reagor on punt returns.
We're talking about big plays. We're talking about guys that need to earn their money. Fletcher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox needs to earn his money this week. And Hargrave, those guys right in the middle there, if they can have a good game and get pressure on Brady,
and you're going
and
up
you've
against
got those receivers covered up, that's going to be the big thing.
You're going up against one of the top lines.
Josh Sweat might be out. He has an illness, and he didn't practice again today. That's a problem because you don't have a.
That's huge. I didn't know that.
You don't have a pass rusher.
That's huge.
Like, so what are you going to go with? You're going to go with. I don't even know. I don't even know who they. I guess Kerrigan and freaking Barnett
and
Taryn
Jackson.
Yeah, and I guess maybe they'll move
Melvin
Williams to go inside and outside. Yeah,
and they've had Cox rush on the on the outside.
As long as it's not COVID, if it's some like type of bug or flu,
hopefully
he'll play.
Yeah,
he'll play.
And he's been out all 3 days this week.
Yeah, I think he plays. He just won't be 100%.
But to go back on that, Jim, they're so lying. It's probably the best, if not one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
So the Bucks line. So it's going to be tough to get any type of. That's why you got to blitz, like Nate said, and Gannon's got to call his best game ever. You got to draw up some blitzes.
I'll be Deke right now and say it all comes down to the trenches.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the trenches. And it's true, right? It's true. It's playoff football.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win that line? I don't know. They're gonna have the advantage.
Absolutely.
You could sell me on the O line being the only advantage, but that's it. Like special teams, no. Quarterback. I mean,
obviously not quarterback.
They're obviously not quarterback, but I mean, even Jalen Hurts versus their linebackers, like those linebackers over there are just ridiculous.
What's going on with Levante David? I know he came back, but is he what's going on? Is he banged up still?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I know Devin White's still playing.
There's one that's not back.
Who the other linebacker? Who,
Yeah, the one
Shaq
that-
Shaq Barrett.
yeah,
Yeah, he's playing, right?
No, and as far as I know, he wasn't. He had a
Oh, I thought he
brace
was
and
okay.
everything.
All right, so that helps a little bit, I guess. But they do have. I will say another thing in the Bucs' favor. They have a lot of veteran experience in these types of games.
Yeah.
And the Eagles are,
All of them are new.
the
The
fifth-
coaches are new.
fifth youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like
But-
when you
and
look at the matchups, it's hard for you to find a matchup that you would favor.
I like our secondary over their secondary, 100%.
But I mean, it's when I say matchups, I mean like our secondary versus their receivers.
right, yeah, I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
our O line versus their D
I
line.
like our secondary against the receivers. If you give Mike Evans the only person that scares me.
Gronk
Well,
scares
Gronk's
me.
the tight end. I'm talking about
No,
wide
I
receiver.
got
But
you. Yeah, yeah.
haven't we allowed like the most touchdowns to tight ends?
Yeah, we've allowed the most
That's
to tight ends.
just
I'm more scared
death
of Gronk
taxes
than
on the
Evans.
Eagles giving up touchdowns to tight
I'm
ends,
actually more
Bray. It's
scared
just
of what's the other
three
one? The
guarantees.
second
So
one
your dad
was it
said
Brate?
Barrett's back.
Cameron Braid or OJ
Yeah.
Howard.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm more scared. Like Leftwich is underrated, man. He's so underrated. I don't know how he didn't get a head coaching job last year. Because you
Plenty
usually,
of them open this year.
Yeah,
yeah, you usually, when you win a Super Bowl, you usually lose guys, and they
Yeah.
didn't really lose that many
But
guys.
So here's my thing. You're saying Leftwich is underrated. Leftwich wasn't good until Brady gets there. So is Leftwich really that good, or is it Brady?
he got a lot out of Winston.
Yeah, he got a lot of Winston. Winston did some things. You know what I'm saying?
Winston threw for the most touchdowns and interceptions
Yeah,
one
and
year.
Yeah,
interceptions.
in 1
Yeah.
year, right? That's kind of what Leftwich did, right? When he came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Leftwich is definitely underrated. I mean, obviously, you're absolutely right. I won't take that away. Brady obviously tips the scale completely because it's like Manning, right? It's like having a coach on the field.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who has
Right.
who has an elite skill set still. So I do get that, but it's still Leftwich. I think who calls the call. I'm not gonna act like I know because I don't, because I've heard rumors that Brady actually calls everything from the line. But it's possible that Leftwich does do that.
That's
do a lot of
crazy.
that.
You know-
If he does, that's crazy.
You know why 9's a disrespectful line minus the Cowboys? I guess if you want to call the Cowboys blowing us out the other night in week 2, we haven't really got blown out by anybody. Who'd we get blown out by?
The Cowboys.
Cowboys.
That was
Cowboys.
a week
Uh,
2.
The Bucks.
That's it. The Bucks beat us by 6 points.
Yeah, we
Come
talked about it the other.
on,
We talked about it the other week. Like
I
if we
might
change
maybe the Chiefs
one-score
but
games.
it's
But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
you
saying
did.
we
If we
haven't-
changed
yeah.
the
Yeah.
one-score games in the Eagles
Yeah,
schedule, we
Eagles
would have
are
been the first seed.
They're 1 seed, 11-5, right?
Yeah.
But whether the Bucks
11 and
took
6,
their
whatever
foot
it
off
is.
the gas or not, if that dumbass linebacker doesn't make the personal foul call, the Eagles get the ball with 6 minutes left
Right.
with a chance to win. Not saying they do,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was garbage time that the Eagles did their
Right.
damage, but they still got back in the game
Right,
and gave
and-
themselves a chance.
right,
They had the Bucks on their heels a little bit there,
right.
but I mean, the Eagles really like.
they haven't got blown out.
Besides the Monday night game, the
Chargers game they
Chiefs
lost.
maybe a little bit. Was it 12
Yeah,
points?
But
That was kind of late that the Chiefs scored.
Right,
It
and
was
they-
close.
Yeah, and they had a
it was
bunch
and we got
it was
touchdowns
close.
called back.
taken away.
Yeah.
Right.
It was close. I mean, yeah, I see your point, Smitty. The Eagles don't
They-
really tend to get blown out this year.
Right. I mean, unless
Yeah.
you want to say Cowboys week 2, which is whatever, I'll give you that. And then week 17, obviously, but I don't really count week 17.
But
because,
then the
you know,
devil's advocate says that they haven't beat anybody over 500 either.
Yeah.
So,
They said the same thing in the
that's-
Eagles
that's-
Super Bowl year. So
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't want to bring that up, but the last time
Yeah.
we were underdogs like this, we were a number 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
and we all gave up. We said we'll be lucky. We're not going to win this game. Atlanta's coming in here. By the way, it's a 4-year anniversary of that Atlanta game today. Atlanta's going to
Oh,
come in
really?
here as of 1
and
seed.
the
We're going to
3-year
lose.
anniversary from
Alshon.
Alshon
Alshon,
Jeffrey's
but
drop.
missing the.
Yeah.
But now, like we're playing
We
with
go
house
to the
money.
Super Bowl if he catches that ball.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They beat LA that next week, no doubt in my
Yeah,
mind.
for sure.
And
But-
Foles is still here and Doug is still here.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
here we are.
But here we are.
That's a big ask. I don't know about that.
Maybe not Foles, but I think Doug's still here.
Probably.
I think we all agree that Sunday's tough, but I think we all sit here and be like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, they don't have a chance. 'Cause
Yeah,
don't think it's there.
if I
I'm
go
not
into
there with
if I
that.
go into this game with that mentality of like, oh, they're gonna get blown, like, what's the point? I'm gonna be all down in the dumps, like, oh yeah, we're here in the playoffs,
I
but we're
think
gonna get blown
I
out.
think if,
I want to have some optimism so I can
I
get
mean,
into it even
and
more.
like, and
You know what I
sometimes-
mean?
I
Like,
will be drunk watching the game
Yeah, like I don't want
because I already know.
And here's the other thing. Who's like Eagles nobody expects the Eagles to win, right? Nationwide, we're going in with house money. Like sometimes that's the best position.
We
to be in.
got
all the pressure's on the Bucks.
we got
Where's the camera at?
we got
Where's the camera at?
You got it right there.
There you go. There you go.
Nate, we got a better kicker.
Yeah.
Jake Elliott's been killing it this year.
Yeah, yes. There you go. That was the one thing.
So
special teams win games.
Yeah, and that's what I think. The special teams is gonna have to make a big play this week.
You don't think our line's better than theirs?
Nah,
it's like 1A. It's like 1A, 1B.
Yeah, just because they're younger and they've been healthier than we
Think about. I heard today on the radio that they've only had one guy miss one game in the last
Donovan Smith?
3-4 years. It was or something.
Yeah.
Jen, you want to go to Tone's on?
Okay. Yeah. I'd give the edge to Tampa on the O line.
Yeah.
But
it's close. It's not a huge gap.
And it's funny. As much as I just hate it, I would actually disagree. I would give it to the Birds.
Yeah, I think I'm like.
I would give it to the Birds, but their D line is a lot better, especially against the run. Like JPP is great against the run.
Vita Vea is a beast.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
When he's on the sideline, that's when you run.
Yeah.
That's
audible
at the line.
They said keep doing that. When they take him out, just keep running with no huddle.
Yeah, I believe it. You want me to go to commercial? Or you want me to hit Tone? What do you want to do?
Let's hit Tone while we're talking about the game because we're talking about chances here.
Tone's got theme music coming on. Hold on.
Oh boy, Tone's got theme music.
Did he request this?
He did request it.
That's sick.
This is what Tone thinks about this game.
No chance.
Sorry, man. My bad. I just had to do it.
If we win, Nate's never going to hear the end of it.
I'll never hear the end of it.
And some of the takes from this year that we didn't even hit you with.
I will come back and cut this up and do something with it.
It'll be so jagged. It'll be Nate saying Eagles aren't the best in the league and they'll win this game.
Right? Yeah.
But if they win, we're all gonna be happy as shit. I mean, that's one thing.
It'll be a big party if they win.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then we realize we gotta go to Green Bay.
Tom, what do you think? You got this game, Eagles?
I keep going back and forth on it, man. I can't make up my mind. I don't think they're gonna win. I'm going back and forth on the spread. I don't think they're gonna win the game. No.
Come on.
I don't think they have a shot to win the game. Just look at their season.
Nah,
like I said last week. I mean, let's settle down a little bit. They played garbage teams during this run, and all of a sudden they started running the ball. Like I'm not a believer yet. I'm sorry, I'm not a believer.
Sunday morning will change.
Maybe
12:55.
Everyone changes on Sunday morning.
Hey, Tone, I'm gonna have to drive by and get some limoncello so I have it for the game.
You may need it, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna drink it all.
I was pumping up the limoncello, Tone. I said we got to get you in here and get some of that limoncello.
And that's a serious ass too, Tone. That wasn't joking.
So we started the title of the show tonight was so you're saying there's a chance, right? Like the great line from Jim Carrey. You're saying there's no chance, Tone? We all not all of us, most of us in the room think that the line is a little offensive.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points. It is a lot of points, especially for for a playoff game. They are a playoff team. They made the playoffs. I don't know. Like something has to happen in their favor, like you guys were saying. They need like a special teams play or a turnover. Like is Sanders playing? Is he back or
in practice?
Yeah, they showed him walking to the practice field with nothing on his hand, no type of cast or anything, and I think he's ready to go.
You got a feeling he's going to play. Whether he's going to be 100%, it doesn't matter. It's playoff time. So, I mean, if they can establish the run and do what they have been doing the past few weeks, there's a chance. I just don't know if Jonathan Gannon can hold down Tom Brady. I mean, I know they have injuries, but they still have Gronk. They still have Evans. They still have a couple those other tight ends like Nate was mentioning, Braid and Howard. We'll see what happens. I lean no that they don't have a chance, but they have a chance. Everyone has a chance.
So we give you a free bet. Where are you dropping it?
Where am I dropping it? Oh wow.
The money line or the spread?
Money line is no value.
No, there's no value on the money line. You give me a free bet, I'm gonna drop it on like maybe Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown or something like that.
I wasn't saying a parlay. I'm talking. Nah. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking parlays, you're probably going Gronk over. I don't even know what it is. It's probably like 65 or something.
It's actually all their props are low, but I said this. I forget what show I said it on. Probably my show, but I said this, and I actually mean it. Any Tom Brady prop you can find, go over touchdowns, yards, rushing yards,
no chance.
No, I'm not
whatever you can
yards.
think of.
Be careful with that one.
Has. Completions, definitely completions.
How about receptions? Tom Brady receptions. You
They
got
might,
over on that one?
yo,
too?
they might
It's
even,
just for a little
If they do, dude, I hope
rejuvenate,
I
whatever.
hope
It's
they
retribution, I guess. You know?
they might even do it just because
Somebody breaks old man Rivers' hip.
just because. But I'm just telling you right now, all Tom Brady props is all over. Because I don't think they really rushed the ball that well against us. It's so set up to be a Tom Brady game for me in my head. It's just so set up for it to be all time, and he's done this 100 times over. So
until he goes down in the rain, his leg gets stuck in the grave.
He's wearing the wrong cleats.
Yep.
he's gonna have to wear something. Like Tone said, it's got to be something. Something's got to change the complexity of this game.
Hopefully, he's wearing Fletcher Cox
Or a Fournette fumble early on.
I tell you what they got to do. It's what they did in the Super Bowl. They got to get to him. They
Yeah.
got to rush, and they got to make them uncomfortable, and they got to put them on the ground. I mean, it's the same thing that happened in the Super Bowl. And even doing that, he still threw 500 or whatever.
Yeah, he set the
yards,
record.
you know what I mean?
Great,
But
great.
the last play of the game on the fumble, they got to him. Not the last play of the game. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know?
the most
So,
important play in Philly history.
Bring Nick
Yeah.
Foles.
Greatest,
Yeah.
not important,
Foles and Graham.
greatest play in Philadelphia history.
Bring Nick Foles out as a captain.
yeah,
with
if
Brandon Graham.
Yeah, get him on that field because Brady doesn't like that, man. Get him on that field somehow, some way.
Get him shaking a little bit.
What if you brought out Hurts in like a Foles jersey?
That would be great.
Number one,
Yeah,
Foles.
yeah.
All right, so we'll leave this game. There's plenty of other games this weekend. So what are you looking at this weekend, Tone? On Wild Card Weekend, what do you got? What do you like?
Wild card weekend.
Wild, super wild card. Is
Super
that what
wild. Is
they're
that
calling it
what?
now?
I don't know.
Super
Stupid.
wild card is what they
Yeah,
call it.
I got a game total I kind of like. I like the Raiders Bengals over 49. I think this could be the highest scoring game of the weekend. I mean, the Bengals, they were struggling midseason, and they let Burrow sling it again, and they've been putting up points since then. So I think they're going to look to continue to do that. So over 49, I think is a good look. I mean, I actually do think this is going to be the highest scoring game of the weekend. So
How about this for not a hot take, just a take that I heard? Burrow is Brady, but athletic,
False.
right?
I like Burrow a lot. I mean,
I like Burrow too.
I like him a lot. Like I love his attitude. Like I love everything about him. So
He's
it
come
could. I
back
mean,
from an injury.
obviously, yeah.
He's inconsistent though.
Yeah, if anything, the next closest to Brady is Mahomes. I wouldn't say it's Burrow.
He's
That's
so
a different.
he's so inconsistent, and so it's funny about this game, man. I'm torn with this game because it's a spot for Cincy, because one of the key notes that you guys got to look at is that first time quarterbacks in the playoffs is another key note, and both are, believe it or not, this is Carr's first time in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't fade well. That I think I forgot the stat off my top of my head. I think they're like 80, 18, and like 35 or somewhere around that kind of number, where first time quarterbacks, whether they're rookies, whether they've been in the league 3 or 4 years, but first time quarterbacks in their first playoff game has not fared well. So it's an interesting game because the Raiders are just coming off that emotional win. They win to get in the playoffs. I think they won that on the road. No, they were in Vegas when they won that. But it was just an emotional win, got them over the hump. And then you got, this onslaught of Cincy that, he's thrown for almost 1,000 yards in the last 2 or 3 games. And, how many ever touchdowns, and they look unstoppable. And you would think Cincy, but if you look at the Raiders schedule, they played a top 5 schedule. Like they're seasoned. Like they played a lot of good teams. So it's going to be an interesting game. And I think the line has ticked down. I think it opened at 6, and I think now it's at like 4 or 4.5. So it's going to be a real good game. I think it's going to be a real good game. One of the I can't even call it underrated anymore. I think a lot of people are going to think it's going, like you said, it's going to be a shootout. And everything changes with playoffs.
I'm gonna take a book at a page out of your book, Nate. Guess what? The Raiders have no chance against the Bengals. 0. And I'm telling you right now, who on the Raiders is gonna stop Jamar Chase?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Who do you fear on the Raiders offensively other than Hunter Renfrow, wide receiver? I ain't worried about a 38-year-old Deshaun Jackson who
he's not 30
or whatever he is, 30, whatever. He ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
The Bengals explosive offense. I think Joe Burrow.
Like the Bengals
I think the Bengals roll.
I wouldn't say roll just because, like Nate said, the first year quarterbacks.
Doesn't matter, dude. Burrow's been in big spots already.
How can you say it doesn't matter?
Because Burrow's a big game quarterback.
Yo, man, it always matters, bro. It always matters. The numbers don't lie.
I'm gonna take the Bengals.
The numbers do lie because I wish I would have took last week when I was thinking about it. The freaking Jaguars. I would have had 14.5 points. So don't give me that. I think the Bengals roll 2 touchdowns.
No, but the numbers would have told you to take the Jaguars last week because they have the Colts number.
Yeah, they're undefeated in like
Yeah,
the last 5 years or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like I said. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, if anything, I would lean Cincy.
I would take the Bengals to cover.
I would lean Cincy, but I think the Raiders are going to be in the game for sure. You can't sleep on the Raiders. Like, let me ask you this: would it shock you if the Raiders won this game? Would that be a shocking win?
Not
Yes.
really.
You say yes?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
The
be
Raiders
too shocked.
stink.
Let me.
I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked.
First of all, when has Derek Carr showed up in a big game? Or what?
Last week. The last 2 weeks.
What, a tie almost?
Yeah, he won the game.
I mean, Carson Wentz basically gave the Raiders the game the week.
We act like the Chargers aren't good. Like you talk about who like what on that defense scares you. Like you act like the Chargers aren't loaded on offense. They're seeing the same thing again. Allen's a monster. Williams is a monster. Eckler is a monster. Herbert is a monster.
The division game.
Dude, Burrow's playing at a level that's top 5 in the league right now, if not top 3. The way he's playing right now. The last 3 or 4 games, Burrow's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league. I think he's going to shred Oakland's defense. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a field day, like he's done with every other defense in the NFL. And then they also have, what do they have? Boyd,
Higgins.
and Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins is probably having.
Yeah, so in the last two games, literally 971 yards and 8 touchdowns and no picks for Burrow.
Yeah, I mean,
but then the game before that against Denver, he had 157 yards and a touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's hot and cold. Like he's on a heater right now. Is this a game that he
continue?
Yeah, does he continue? Right, like it's an unreal pace right now.
Is the weather going to be a factor in Cincy?
Yes.
Is it? I haven't.
It's going to be cold.
Yes. So that's the only thing that I am worried about. It's going to be cold in Cincinnati.
Vegas is not used to that. You know what I mean?
Carr has historically not been good
That's what I was saying,
in
cold
weather
weather,
under 40 degrees.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing that I do.
Lock it in right now.
Lock it. I like it.
And don't forget too, these teams played each other during the regular season.
Who won?
Cincinnati won 32-12 or 32-13. I think it was close for a little bit, and they pulled away in the second half. So you know what happens in that case? You're going to get a different, a different game plan. It may be a little bit closer. So I mean, I still think it's going to go over, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
No, it was in Vegas.
Yeah, it was in Vegas.
Oh well, then.
So it was 6-10, by half, and then it was 13-6. So still a touchdown game by the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, since he just opened up.
Did Chase?
I think Mixon had a big game. I think I was on his scrimmage prop that game. You always remember to win. So
yeah. Mixon had 123. So the game was close all the way up until the fourth, and then Cincinnati exploded for 19 points in the fourth quarter.
At the Saturday afternoon game.
Yes, that's the first game of the weekend.
It's the first one. Yep.
4:30. Yep. All right, Tone, what do you got? What else you got?
I got a prop in that game. I'm gonna go Darren Waller over 5.5 receptions plus 120. He had 7 versus Cincinnati in the previous meeting. Cincinnati gives up about 5.6 per game to tight ends. I think it's gonna be, like I said, I think it's gonna be an over game. I think Vegas is gonna be trailing, so I think it's time to get Waller involved. He's been quiet since he came back from his injury. So at plus money, I'll take a shot on that. And then one more I got is Deebo Samuel over 28.5 rushing yards. 7 of his last 8.
Is that a
7 of his last 8?
a prop? I've never noticed. Damn it! Why didn't I?
Yeah, it's there. 28.5 rushing yards. 7 of his last 8. He hit this with a 42.8 average per game, and he's getting about 6.6 carries. So this is a lock it in right now.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
They're gonna keep him involved. Like he's one of the men that got him there. So
yeah,
it's way too low.
The Eagles could do that with Reagor.
What do you think is that? What do you think about that game, Tom? I'm torn. I really am.
I like San Fran. I don't know about. It's going to be close. I think the line's 3 last time I looked, so it's right on. I think
it's 3.5 now.
I mean, I think it's going to be a good game, very close game. I don't know. Like I know I've said before, Dallas is a different team, but until they prove it in the playoffs, are they really? San Fran's hot right now. I mean, Dallas's offense, they came alive against the Eagles last week, but they didn't really play anybody, so I don't put much merit into that. So, but they are at home, and Dak plays better at home than he does on the road. The numbers show it. So I'm torn too on that, man.
Yeah, man. I'm it's just because I tend to fade the public, and everybody's on San.
You didn't do it with the Bama game, though, did you?
Yes, I did. Absolutely.
Did you?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. I tweeted that.
I saw you say.
Yeah, I was like, I'm seeing all this Bama love. I need to go the other way.
Nate, you'll love that I was Georgia from day one.
There you go.
I told all these guys. I did. I got the text to prove it. Drop it on Georgia.
I said early on when the playoffs started, I was like, Georgia's going to roll through. And then I still took Bama, and I was just like, it's Saban in a national championship.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is the problem with you, like DJ. You go through your process, right?
Yeah.
You look at your games.
Yeah.
Right. So this is for everybody watching. You look at your games and you say, okay, I like A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to your influencers or people that you kind of feel have a good feel of the game. You listen to them. Okay, some of them agree with what I like, and then some of them don't. Okay, so they agree with what I like, so I like that game. Bang, bang, bang. And then I go back to the disagree. Okay, they don't disagree with this game. So what are other people saying? You start to notice what other people are saying, and then those trigger words. Oh, I think Bama's going to roll Tide, and all that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what happened with that Bama game. There was so much momentum that everybody was betting Bama. It just didn't make any sense to me. And Georgia was favored.
Yeah, that's what it made me.
You know what I mean? Like,
worrisome, but I still went with.
Like,
Bama.
What's that dude named? Mattress Mac or whatever.
Oh, dude, he's a biggest mush. And as soon as my cousin sent me that after I locked in my bet, and as soon as I saw him put it, whatever it was, $1.5 million on Bama.
He had 2 bets. He had over like almost 3 million.
And I'm like, God damn, because this dude's the biggest mush in the history of sports betting.
Yeah,
every single big bet he places, he loses.
Right. So it's
I was so pissed. And I was
it's just like, so you start to see that momentum, and this is what I'm seeing with this game. You know what I mean? And
so where's the money going for the Eagles Tampa game right now? Can you do the same thing here? I'm sure all the public money's going to Tampa.
I'll tell you right now.
Probably going to keep going.
It might be the Eagles, honestly.
Only the Philly people are betting right now.
Yeah, but probably the Eastern.
Actually, not with the spread, man.
I think the spread's probably.
Well, the line's going up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So here you go. Are you ready? So 38% of the money on the spread is on Philly, and then 62% is on Tampa, and then 39%, not too much more. 39% of the money line is going on Philly, and then 60 on Tampa.
People.
So pretty much
same people double.
It's 60-40, but here's the difference: the over is 61%.
Wow.
While the Tampa is
even in even in the bad weather,
Well, yeah, Tampa's defense has shown that
they can shut people down.
they can score. But
well,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
they-
it's good
they-
versus good. Philly on the road has been 6-3, and Tampa is 7-1 at home this year.
Ooh, something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
8.5 right now. Is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
It is. It
no,
is.
it's 9, right?
No, ESPN's 8.5.
I mean, it's kind of where you go, but most books have it 8.5. I saw it on FanDuel at 8. It's slowly dropping. I think it'll stay right there. Anywhere you'll find it by kickoff, 7.5.
You think it gets to a
7.5.
touchdown by kickoff?
No,
You think it
no.
stays?
Yeah, I think it stays because
Okay.
once it gets to touchdown, it'll jump to 7.5.
Not when
Because
Smitty drops 10 million on the Eagles.
because somebody will drop a big bet on Tampa if
yeah,
it's just a touch.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Floyd
Yeah.
Mayweather, 10
Yeah.
million.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
because even so, like
Oh.
say the Eagles show up,
Yeah.
right? Say the Eagles show up.
Oh, they're showing up all right.
Oh, so say they show up
Right.
and it's a tie game, 2 minutes left. You don't think Tom's going to score?
He didn't do it against us in the Super Bowl.
Brandon Graham comes back from his torn Achilles.
Just-
I'm just
straps up for
putting
the
the
strip
facts
sack.
out, Dave. It's just the facts. I
It
hear your
is the
numbers.
fact.
I hear your numbers and your trends. I'm giving you the
It
facts.
is the facts. It definitely is the fact. And it's weird because
Show me the car facts.
we do Brady, right? But we have a terrible. Is it terrible? Is it just the one, or how many times have we played Tampa in the playoffs? Is it this one time?
3, right?
A couple times they beat them.
2 or 3.
And
The
have
first
we
Andy
lost
Reid
all
playoff
three?
game, they beat
Well,
them.
we lost to them in the
No, we
NFC
beat them in the
Championship.
wild card game.
The
didn't
first
we?
Andy Reid playoff game was Tampa at home. We beat
Yeah,
'em.
and we won. It was a wild card, wasn't it?
And then Then they lost to the Giants that year. That was the
Yeah,
first year
yeah,
they made the playoffs.
I'm not saying it's
And
gonna
then-
happen, but
Revenge?
Gannon. This is Gannon's interview. Can you imagine if Gannon's defense shuts down?
Yeah,
And, like, it's a great chance for him to get a
thing
job.
put out there. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
true.
what better way than to shut down the
that's good.
best
That's a good call.
quarterback
It's a good call.
if you're Gannon.
Yeah.
So if you really want a head coaching job, this is your chance to prove to everybody. If you can somehow make that defense look good and confuse Tom, which I know is very hard to do, you're getting a head coaching
Does-
job.
Tone, do you have any more bets? Because if you don't, I got 2 for you that I'm questionable of.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's all all I got right now. Good, shoot.
What do you think the Chiefs and Steelers spread in the Rams Cardinals? Because that's 2 games that I've been looking at that I think that could.
Chiefs cover.
I think the Chiefs
Chiefs
roll, but the
Yeah.
Rams Cardinals, I'm like they played close each.
What's the spread on that?
4.
I think the
I'm
Cardinals actually
leaning
win.
Rams. I'm leaning Rams. I'll be honest.
Nah.
I think that's a closer game. I would take the Cardinals.
Cardinals,
with the
really?
points- with the
Even though
points
they're
in that
banged
game.
up too, you
Didn't
know?
the Cardinals beat them at home?
No, the Rams beat them twice.
No.
The Cardinals smoked them in
The
LA.
Cardinals-
Yeah, right.
And
And they split. I think they split. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
the
right,
Rams
right.
beat them
I'm-
on
I'm-
Monday night, yeah.
I'm thinking of the Niners. You're right.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
split, and you have to remember the one thing
Hopkins.
about the Cardinals
They're
is
banged up though, aren't? I mean,
they,
but
they
they
are
had
they are.
Hopkins.
I would watch about Connor if Connor's in or out. That's
Yeah.
a big key to
Yeah.
watch. And then the second thing is that for whatever reason, Arizona Cardinals are 8-1 on the road.
And Stafford doesn't come up big in big games.
They
He's
are
a turnover machine.
Arizona is really good on the road for whatever reason.
So Cardinals +4 then.
That's what I went with.
I was thinking Rams. I just
You
thought-
can always tease them. You can always tease both of them.
good
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
Tease Kansas City down and bump the Cardinals up to 11. You
No.
know?
I'm already
Tease-
locked
tease
in on the
Kansas City
Bengals.
down to
You're
6
picking
or whatever.
Take KC first quarter and first half.
What's-
I think
yo,
Kansas City smokes them.
What's Jamar Chase's props for yards?
Anybody know?
For
Probably
yards.
I think it's 7. I looked at it earlier. I think it's 7.
9.5, 70.5, probably.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around there.
I'll tell you. Yeah,
I'd probably take that.
I'm going right now. I'll tell you right now. So Boyd is at 42.5. This is all FanDuel. T. Higgins at 70
Oh,
and Chase is at 70.
Oof.
Yeah.
Chase and Higgins are both at 70.
I don't like.
I mean, well,
Or Chase and
I would lean more Higgins. I mean, Chase explodes, but Higgins, to me, Higgins is his go-to.
Higgins has been killing it.
Yeah, Chase is like the big play guy.
Higgins has been on a
When's
good
the
run.
last time Chase hasn't been over 100?
There's been a lot of games.
There's
What are you
been
talking
like
about?
2 weeks ago. I don't think he had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he
He
blows
had a
up,
great week this
when
week.
he blows up, he blows up.
Yeah.
But when he does,
He's had a couple
yeah.
like 4
Yeah,
catches.
he was
games.
Yeah, he was 2 weeks ago. He was 266. Week before that, he was 125.
Right.
And then he's only had 4 100-yard games this year. So
I wish.
2 of them have been the last.
Yeah,
2 of them have been in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Could do that.
it's just when he explodes, he explodes.
Yeah, when he
That's-
pops off, he goes
Yeah.
he
nuts.
goes nuts.
Then I guess he's exploding. Saturday.
Kind of like how Calvin Johnson was.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He just, when he's on, he's on. When he's off, like I hated having him in fantasy because he wasn't consistent. You know.
What are the props for the Eagles? Like, I'm curious about that Goddard yards and Smith
Well,
yards.
didn't you say Hurts? Did you say Hurts? One?
No, I said everything over Brady.
So
is
what
I
is
said.
like? That's what I was curious. Like, what are
Hurts' rushing yards. I think that might
So
be a
so
good
Hurts'
one.
passing yards is 202 right now.
okay?
His passing plus rushing, which is where I would lean to, is 253 and a
Oh,
half.
I like that.
And
I like
then
that.
receiving right now for the Eagles, Goddard's at 54, which I kind of like. Smith is at 43. Quez is
I
at
like-
27
I
and a
like that.
half, and Rager's at 15. Reception.
Under.
Dude, Rager, though, all it takes is like one little
Yeah.
bomb and you're set.
But
They
let's
don't
see
have
again.
full receptions yet, and they didn't upload the Russian props, and I think they didn't upload the Russian
Because
props.
Sanders and
They don't-
Fournette.
Yeah, they're
are
just
so
waiting.
questionable.
Exactly. They're just
Right.
waiting.
Exactly.
They're just waiting.
I like the Smith 43. You said
Yeah, Smith is at
43 and a half. I think you said.
43 and a half, and it's
Wow.
at mine. There's no juice. Well, I mean, there's
Oh, it's
always
minus-
let me
it's
take that.
minus
There's
money.
always juice
Yeah.
for the most part, but it's not like minus 114 or
Right.
minus 120. They're all minus 110. I think it's just because of the weather.
Yeah.
Is Rager's at 15 yards minus 110? Because I'll take that.
Yeah, Rager's at
Under?
minus 15.
Take the under.
No, I'm gonna take the over.
Come on, dude.
All it
Greg
takes is-
Ward might play over.
All
him.
it takes is like a little
It takes
screen,
one catch,
a
yeah.
screen pass.
I
and-
get
and
it.
Get
Yeah,
loose.
I guess
2 passes.
that's what hit for us on that Bucks game when we hit big. Eagles Bucks the first matchup. We took Quez over, and he had that one catch for like 20 something
that got us there?
yards, and then he had another catch for like 10 yards, and it hit us. It got us the over.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like first
Geniuses.
touchdown, Mike Evans.
big brains.
First touchdown, Mike Evans.
Yes, sir.
Slay's gonna lock him up.
You keep telling yourself that.
Boston Scott.
What did Slay?
Boston
Slay-
Scott. That's a good
He had
payout.
22 yards against Slay the first
I
time.
think the first game Godwin and
Yeah,
Brown
Godwin
killed
had the
us.
better game.
Yeah,
Antonio
they
Brown.
all
Yeah.
killed.
Antonio Brown that had a day.
Yeah, he called.
Yeah,
a touchdown. We had
so
that
now
too.
you're going to have Evans as your true number one, and
It's
I'm
gonna
telling you, he's gonna go to work.
It's gonna be like Scotty Miller, who's gonna kill us. I can just see it now.
What's he gonna do? Roll by Nelson?
He's gonna run by Avonte Maddox.
Maddox. Oh,
They could definitely have another outside receiver that we just aren't thinking of. Right now.
Perryman.
They just signed John Brown. Oh, remember, John Brown, the
Yeah.
deep
Yeah,
threat.
and the
from
Rams just signed Eric Waddle.
I know Eric
Yeah.
Waddle.
I'm waiting for my phone call.
You
All
do
right.
you do have a similar beard structure there with him.
Yeah, you got a shot, Jim. Just keep working.
All right, Tone. We're gonna let you go. Anything else to throw out? You got any hockey or anything you want to throw out? I know you've been dabbling in basketball, but I don't know if you want to put them out here live and ruin your reputation with the
Do
basketball.
some Joel Embiid.
No, dude, I'm done. I'm done with that basketball, man. At least maybe until the hockey All-Star break of basketball. So I got to bet on something. But while there's pucks on, there's no hoops for me.
Keep doing
But
Embiid
here's a
over
good one.
30.
Ben Simmons will be traded by the deadline. What's the odds on that?
Yeah, I'd love-
I don't think so. I don't think it's happening.
No, it's not.
I think they're gonna hold on to him until the draft,
I'm gonna say he's
and
gone.
then maybe next year. I don't know. It's
I'm gonna say he's gone.
We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back and talk about that for a minute.
Oh God,
All right. We'll close out the show with a little Sixers talk. You guys good with that?
That's fine.
sounds good to me.
All right, everybody. Tone, thanks for being on. You can find him at Tone's Takes. He's right now for dimers.com and what's the other one?
odds checker.
Oddschecker.com. So
Yep.
check Tone out. He's doing big things. He was on with Jason Martinez today in Parks. So good job, Tone. Keep earning
Thanks,
us
man.
some money. Keep winning us some money.
Yeah, I need some summer beer money of Tone. So
Thanks,
following.
guys. Appreciate
All
it.
right, Tone. Take care.
All right. See ya.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors. We're going to come back. We're going to touch on the Sixers for a little bit. We'll get our final predictions on Eagles games and maybe a real quick run through the wild card weekend predictions. Thanks for hanging out with us on Say the Boot First. We'll be coming right back. InsurePhilly.com. We comparison shop all the time. Can I get this cheaper on Amazon? What will the store brand save me? Should I get a second estimate on this remodel? So why not do that for your insurance needs? Better yet, why not have someone comparison shop for you? At insurephilly.com, you can get up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes with top insurance carriers like Progressive, Travelers, Nationwide, Selective, Liberty Mutual, Encompass, Kemper, and Berkshire Hathaway. Owner agent Matt Maloney provides top national carriers with top local service. Just go to insurephilly.com to get your quote online or call Matt at 215-300-9590. For all your insurance needs, auto, home, life, business, and Medicare insurance plans, make sure to go to insurephilly.com today or call 215-300-9590. Matt Maloney gives you the national carriers you recognize from a local company you can trust. insurephilly.com. We are back from break. Another episode of the Santa Boot First live podcast. Santa Boot First live. Santa Boot First.
Santa Boot First live.
Podcast.
There you go.
Throwing in some extra words there. Thank you to our sponsor, insurephilly.com. Matt Maloney, up to 10 quotes in about 10 minutes. Give Matt a call. Get your insurance needs taken care of at the beginning of the year, and forget about it for the rest of the year. All right. We'll run through Super Wild Card Weekend real quick. Get our predictions. We heard some of them. We were just going through that with Tone. But let's start. We got Saturday, Vegas, Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati. I know a couple people said they love Cincinnati there. What are you feeling on that one, Smitty?
Cincinnati, 100%.
Yeah, I think the Bengals come out on top.
It's not the Browns, but it's close enough, Andrew.
It's still Ohio.
Which way are you going?
What's up?
Oh, I thought he was going to say Vegas. Where are you going, Brody?
I think the Bengals whoop them.
Whoop them, Nate. I know you were a little unsure.
Yeah, it's just because the Raiders are tested. I think the Raiders are battle tested. They can keep in there, but I think it's a clean sweep. I agree with you boys. I think Cincy gets it done.
All right, next game Saturday night. Now this is an interesting. Actually other than the Vegas game and the Pittsburgh game, I'm expecting a good weekend of football.
It's going to be fun,
right?
Yeah.
So the Saturday night game is New England at Buffalo. The New England, the last game they played was that game where Belichick just ran the ball the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Mac Jones threw the ball 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And he seems to have Buffalo's number. That said, Mac Jones, to Nate's point earlier, first-time playoff game, rookie quarterback, going to a hostile environment up there in Buffalo. I think they'll make a game of it, but I'm going with Buffalo.
Before you guys answer, I want to drop this stat I heard today about, which is so weird, but it's so funny. Josh Allen has a losing record in cold weather.
Really?
He has a losing record.
Playing in Buffalo,
Buffalo. I think it's like anything under like 30 degrees.
Wow.
His numbers are just like rock bottom. All right, now you guys can tell me what you like.
But we know all those numbers are meant to be broken, right? We talked about Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay
man.
never won here below, what was it, 32 degrees?
Yeah.
Because I like Buffalo. I like Buffalo a lot. But when I heard that, I was like, and I had to look
That's
at it, I was like,
scary.
really?
Yeah, it makes you think.
I was like, really? Like, wow? Like, why? Like, you're
Yeah.
in Buffalo, bro.
You
How
better
do
get those
not?
numbers up.
Yeah, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like New England has no passing game.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody to throw to. I mean,
If they can get the run game going against
A little bit
Buffalo,
of
which is going
Aguilar.
to be hard
that's
to
what I was
do.
going to
Yeah, a
say.
little bit of
Aguilar, Nikhil
Yeah.
Harry, you know.
Nikhil who?
Exactly.
Has he been on the field at all this year?
I think he's got 1 touchdown.
That's more than Rager, right?
One more than any Giants receiver.
Rager
Yeah,
has
that's right.
2, actually, right?
I'm going Pats.
Ooh.
It's Smitty.
I
Just
think
being a contrarian.
this is going to be a fun game, and it's going to be a close one because it's the 3rd time they're playing each other this year. And I think the Bills are just a little too much. I think they figure one out to get this one.
What do you got,
Bills.
Adrian? Brody?
Is it in Buffalo?
Yes.
He likes Mac Jones. He's going.
Patriots.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Where you
over
going,
there.
Nate?
So here, I'm just going to give you guys a stat. So here's a stat. He's played in 5 games under 32 degrees. In those 5 games, he has 6 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
Wow.
He has a 63% completion rate. I'm sorry, 50% completion rate.
Jesus.
And then only 166 yards per game.
Yikes.
And what's his record?
3-2 in those 5 games.
Sounds
So
like
where you going?
sounds like he's going with us.
I'm going Buffalo.
All right, there we go.
Ooh.
I'm not staying away.
It's a
I'm just saying it's not. I felt like it should be.
4-2.
You had the Bills.
I feel like it should be a walk. Like they should win easily here.
Too much butter.
But the fact that he's 3-2 in 5 games and he had bad numbers.
He's due.
He's you know what I mean. Yeah, I think they get it done.
And he was young when it happened, right? He's
He's
more seasoned
this
now.
is
Yeah,
third
he
year.
was. Yeah,
more
he was
seasoned now.
young. He was young. The last one he had a terrible game. It was against Atlanta. He went 11-26.
I think the Bills aren't going to be disrespected. That
Yeah.
defense, like they were that game, I don't think they'll. Because they beat them, 2 weeks ago?
No, the Patriots beat them.
The Patriots
Yeah,
swept them?
it's
Wow.
it's tough to bet against Bill, but
I think
I
the
don't know, I
Bills.
just-
Oh shit! I didn't realize that they're playing him, beat him twice.
I thought they split too.
No, the Patriots beat them.
I'm sticking.
And remember,
with
the
it, but
Patriots beat them with Matt Jones only throwing like 4
yeah,
passes.
they said yeah.
That
Tough to
crazy
beat
game.
a team 3 times.
Yeah, I think the
But-
Bills pulled out
but
though.
now
It's hard to beat a
I'm gonna
team 3
stick where
times.
I'm
though.
at. I'm gonna go Pats.
Can't
even
go
though I
back,
wanted
it's
to.
too late.
Right, exactly.
all right now
agree.
the other game this weekend, and I'm sure we'll all be very interested in San Fran at Dallas.
Yeah.
You want to go the opposite way this time?
I already know where
You
every
can-
last person in that room. I know what they're.
All right, so then let's start with you. Where are you going?
I don't know, man.
IDK.
I honestly I do not know in this game because at first I always said I felt like Dallas was a dark horse, but the way San Fran is playing right now, coming into the playoffs, you don't want to play them right now.
Yeah.
You really like if you're
That
Dallas
defense-
right
that
now.
defense is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you do not want to play. I mean,
Yeah.
not even that, but just what they're doing on offense.
Yeah.
you know what I
That's
mean.
the thing. It's Jekyll and Hyde. With you talk about inconsistent.
Yeah.
Garoppolo. Like Garoppolo can have a great game where he can just
Yeah,
completely shit.
people
the
talk
bed.
Give the
so
ball to
much
Debo.
trash.
Just give the ball to Debo
Yeah,
like
but-
30 times and let him just do it.
People talk so much trash about Garoppolo, but he just wins.
He's not a bad quarterback.
He's the ultimate game manager.
But
he does it really well.
he wins games. I don't care
Yeah.
what you say about him.
Yeah.
He wins games, and
He went to a Super Bowl on it.
that's going to be a really good game, and that's a tough game to call. I don't know, but for me, I think I would lean Dallas. I think I would lean Dallas, and then only because everybody and their mom is on the Niners.
Yeah. A lot of
Everybody's
people on
betting the Niners. They're betting the money line on the Niners. Everybody's on the Niners, and I just tend to go the other way when people do that.
Mhm.
What you got, Brody?
Niners.
As much as I want to say Niners, I think it's gonna be Dallas.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a
That's true.
shocker.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Get off TikTok, son.
Baker. Baker's gonna win.
Oh,
What's
Progressive.
up?
What'd
you got the
say, Andrew?
Niners? All right, one for the.
Two Dallas, one Niners?
I don't know. I'm with an 8. I think it's going to be really close. It might even go to overtime. I
And who
think
you
it'd be an
going?
overtime game. I think Dallas's offense is just too much.
Oh wow, I'm surprised
I
at
think
this.
Yeah,
Dallas.
I'm going Dallas too. I think Dallas beats them.
Really,
Yes, I do.
I'm surprised at
You
that
got you
too.
got to take as much as we
They're
hate
the better
Dallas,
team. They're the better
we
team.
got to hate Dallas, and you look at it objectively. Dallas's offense is very hard to stop.
Yeah.
And I think Parsons and their defense
Yep, their defense makes enough stops.
is going to make enough stops, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get a turnover and rattle Garoppolo. So
Yep.
I think Dallas wins. As much as I don't want Dallas to
Right,
win,
absolutely.
just thinking objectively in football and taking out my hate for Dallas, my extreme hate, I still got to go Dallas.
It's a
Better
huge
team.
rivalry too. San Fran versus
yeah,
Dallas.
an
They-
old,
yeah.
old rivalry.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Sure is. And that's why I can't take my hate out of this. I can't take the rivalry out of it. I'm going San Fran.
But D could be
Dallas
telling
does
us
not-
right now, you can't say Dallas.
You guys remember
No.
the immaculate or the what was it?
VCR. Last time you
catch.
watched one of their
The
Hey, look,
catch.
I just
Was
don't
that
trust
Dallas and the Niners? That catch? The catch?
The immaculate reception was
spin-
Pittsburgh, but the catch.
No, the
the
catch.
catch was
The,
yeah.
catch
the
was San
NFC
Fran.
Championship game.
I know when it was, but was that Dallas and the Niners?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
and San Fran.
They've had very good matchups in the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
even back to when Dallas was rolling with Aikman and Smith, and then they had Steve Young and T.O. And I remember there was battles.
I mean, this is a
I
good
have
matchup
to
too.
go with I have to go with San Fran. My
I thi-
heart makes me go with San Fran.
I think it's even. I think the teams are close, like
Yeah.
even. I
Yeah,
really do.
it's gonna be a close game.
Dallas is smelling themselves a little bit after 5 touchdown.
Am I the only
Showing-
one going with a Big Ben upset?
Are you
I'm
kidding?
kidding. No.
Jesus.
No.
All right, then we got the Sunday night game, Pittsburgh at KC.
I'm just Chiefs. I mean, Chiefs.
Nothing to say, right? Clean
Mahomes,
sweep.
It's
Chiefs,
Chiefs.
light them up,
Chiefs.
smoke them.
It's
It's
Chiefs.
over.
Chiefs.
Pittsburgh got in because
I hope they
Stupid
freaking.
Brandon
For some
Staley.
reason, I hate the Steelers. I just have always had a hatred for
But
the
you'd
Steelers.
like to see them beat the Chiefs?
No. I hope
You
the
wouldn't
Chiefs
think it'd be funny
destroy
to
them.
see Andy Reid choke? I think it would. But I'm
hope-
still going
I
Chiefs.
hate Ben Roethlisberger. Look. I hate the Steelers, but I like Mike Tomlin. It's weird. I don't know. Hate the Steelers. I like Mike Tomlin.
ever since he was like going to trip, who was it running down the field?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The
Jacoby- was it
Ravens
Jacoby
player?
Jones?
I think it might have been
Yeah. That was funny.
That made you like,
Yeah.
all right, this guy's
Yeah.
all right.
He's so underrated as a coach.
He is very.
So
Dude, he's never had a
underrated.
losing
So-
He
season.
never had a
That's-
losing
That's
season.
insane.
The ownership of the Steelers has the most patience,
It's
of any
crazy.
ownership.
Yeah,
Like,
they've
they-
only
they-
had
they
what,
feel like
3
they
head
get their
coaches or
guy,
something?
and they're like, "This is our guy. We hired him for
We
a
believe in
reason.
him. Yeah,
We'll give him a chance
and
to
they
grow."
draft.
And
They
it- and it's worked.
draft. They draft extremely well, which
It's-
helps them too.
Do we get the points with this pick? Or are we just
Are you
going
planning?
straight
I
up?
was just going straight up. You want the 12.5?
If you give me 12.5, I'm going Steelers.
No, I'm taking
I think
Chiefs.
they're- Yeah, I think they roll.
Chiefs
That's
roll.
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Pat
Chiefs.
Fryer's
Chiefs.
Penn State breaks the
Nate?
playoff tight end record.
God.
Oh, for sure. Like
Chiefs.
I said, first quarter, first half. Chiefs.
Yeah.
Big Ben comes out of the woodwork and has a Hall of Fame game.
All right,
Come
then
on.
They lose by 10.
by 10. All right.
Jeez.
And then the last game of the week, the Monday night game. And I'm going to say, I don't like the Monday night game on a wild
Yeah,
card weekend.
well, they had to because it's super wild. They
Why
had
didn't
the
I mean,
they-
they'll
why
play
didn't they do it
Sunday.
Saturday?
They have
Why
to.
couldn't they
They
do
could-
I
That's
thought
what I
Sunday
thought.
they should have did a Saturday 1:00.
Yeah,
or
why
something.
not? Saturday 1:00.
Saturday 1,
That would have
4,
been cool.
8.
Yeah.
Sunday 1,
That would've
4,
made-
8.
I guess because ESPN has something in the contract that they have to get the Monday
But
night
they,
game.
they,
They
haven't
never
had
done
Monday
it before,
night. Yeah, yeah.
because it's the extra wild card spot. Maybe they had it in a contract somewhere.
And this could be a good game. I'd have been all right if it was
It'd have been.
KC
It's going
and
to be a
Pittsburgh.
really. This is going to be a really good game.
I mean, technically, I was just.
And like I was saying, I don't know which way to. If
Okay.
I'm betting it, I don't know who to take.
I'm going Arizona.
I like Arizona with the points.
I like Arizona because I just don't think
If we're
Matt
d-
Stafford
just
can
do-
win a big game.
Outright winner, I'm going to take the Rams.
We're going outright. You're
No,
still going with Arizona.
I'm going Cardinals. I don't
I'm
think Matt
going-
Stafford
I'm
can
going
win a
Rams.
big game.
I
haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I just think their offense is too
No,
much.
yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. I think Stafford's going to throw a couple
I
picks.
I got the Rams
I know. you-
Rams.
at home too. You know.
I got the Rams.
3 Rams. Nate.
Come on, Nate.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
Wow.
Look at
boy.
Nate and
Boy.
Smitty
I'm,
hanging
I'm
out.
going.
And
I'm,
Jim,
I'm
and
going with the
Jim.
Cardinals. Stafford hasn't been playing well recently, and then you can't deny the fact that the Cardinals are 8-1 on the road. You just can't deny it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just got to go with the stats. Got to go with the
Third time
numbers.
they're playing each other too this year, so it'll be good.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals. But like I said, if Connor doesn't play, that changes that game.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I mean? You need Connor to play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going with Arizona too.
No. I thought
Oh.
the Birds,
The split.
right? Before we
Well,
get into the Sixers.
Well, now the well, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We can do the Eagles now.
Go ahead.
All right,
You want to kick us off?
Listen,
You're
As-
chomping at the bit there.
as much as I know, and I agree with Nate, Tom Brady's a tough quarterback. I'm always going to be that person that I'm gonna say Birds.
You can't take the
And I'm
Dolphins.
gonna
Just
say,
do
and I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
just can't-
and I'm gonna say Birds, 31-27.
We talked all in the beginning of the show how the Eagles what they got to do to win, and they'll have their chances, and they got to capitalize on every single one they can.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, my head is telling me the Bucks. My heart's saying Eagles,
Oh man, dude,
but my head is telling me Tom Brady's just too much at the end.
can you imagine if they win this game?
I
I
know.
love that Jalen
know. I'm
Hurts
gonna
gets
take-
in the city.
Giving us a score. You're
Yeah,
just going,
I'll take Bucks 38, 34.
That'll break my heart.
It's just. Look, I wanted to say Eagles so bad.
What do you got,
can't.
Andrew?
My head's
Eagles.
telling me no.
Yeah.
Eagles.
What do you got?
You gonna
What's
give
the
us a score?
27-24.
Oh,
Ooh, that's what I was thinking about too. 27. But I went 31 because I think the Eagles need to win.
if they keep it in the 20s, I think the Eagles will win.
What do you got, Brody?
I was actually going to say the same thing as Andrew.
Oh,
27-24 Eagles.
We know
Wow.
Nate's gonna say like 45,
He's
14.
gonna- I think I know what he's gonna say. 41-33 Get it? Because
Yeah.
we get.
No,
Yeah.
because he said we're not gonna cover, so it's got to be more than 9.
Oh, it's got it. Well, that's 8, so that's got to be
All
more
right,
than
come
8.
on, Nate.
What do you got, Nate?
Tampa. I'm going 30-17.
That's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be like 31.
Yeah, I thought you were
13 or
gonna say
something.
like 52-7.
No, I think it'll be. I think they'll fight in the beginning, and then once those 3 and outs happen or
Yeah.
some bullshit,
Penalties.
penalty
Pass
or
interference.
pass PI or offensive PI because they did a pick play,
Those drive me nuts.
Or
that
they hit Brady, and even if it's not, a
yeah, or
flag,
yeah,
they're
exactly,
gonna
or
call.
it'll be something like that, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Like
yeah.
once those kind of 50-50 plays, if
Yeah.
it tips Tampa, like the thing is Tampa's going to score. The problem is, can we score with Tampa? And sooner or later, he's going to have to pass.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a monsoon out there. He's going to have to pass sooner or later.
Right.
Can he do it? Can he do it and move the chains? I think if they go into the half like 17-14, you got to feel good.
If they go into the half within one possession of the
Or
score,
like 21-17.
oh,
You got to feel good if you're the
Oh, I
Eagles
will
because
be- I'll be ecstatic.
that you're in the game.
because I'll be
You know what I
ready
mean?
for a good second half.
Our group chat will be blown
Oh,
up.
dude, I'll be
We're
going
nuts.
We're going nuts.
You got to be in the
Super
game.
Bowl!
All right, champ, come on.
You guys with your halftime scores.
I
are
know, right?
High.
They
You're
are
high
was,
on that halftime
yeah,
score.
in
All
a
right,
bad
what
weather
What do
too.
you got, Jim?
The Eagles, I think I saw a stat over like the last 6 games have been holding teams to under 18 points or something like that.
Oh God! Is
Remember
he-
the quarterbacks they played though.
It doesn't.
I
matter.
do.
Oh,
I do.
Jim's gonna put him under 18. Oh God!
24-20. Birds.
Wow.
Whoa.
All right.
All right.
We're talking about defense. We're talking about how these guys with their offenses, like they're missing pieces. Who knows what Miles is going to do? We don't want the Jalen throwing the ball. We're going to have a tough time scoring against this defense.
Yeah.
Remember, Miles is like a home run hitter in some
He-
time,
but he hasn't done it.
So
He hasn't seen the end zone
so
all
he's
year.
due. He's due.
He's due. If you wanna look at it that way, all
Could
right.
you imagine?
Yeah,
first-
motherfuckers been saying that since week
I know.
one.
You want to look at it that way?
Yo, but could you imagine first play of the game if he hits it for like
Oh, dude,
80?
I'll be
We'll be
going.
going
I'll
nuts.
streak around.
Hey
the
man,
block.
what,
DJ will be like,
when
"We're
did we see
back,
that?
we're
We
back."
we saw that with Deuce Staley, right?
Brian Mitchell started it.
Started it, right?
And
And
then
then Deuce Staley had like a 40-yard run. And I remember
Yeah.
watching
And
that in
then
the
we
playoffs.
lost, right?
And I was just
in the
like-
stadium, Nate, break my heart.
I was just like, yo, there's no way we're losing this game. As soon as I saw that run, because he had literally had like a 50-60-yard run, I'm like, there's no way we're losing that game. Horrible.
Worst Eagles game I've
That
ever
was
been
then.
to.
That was then. This is now.
That's right.
But
Different
you
times.
picked the Bucks.
I did pick the Bucks.
So get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Wait.
We all got our predictions.
Oh,
if
wait.
anybody
Oh wait.
anybody on
Oh.
the stream wants to throw in predictions, throw them on here and who
Oh,
knows.
is
If
Deke
somebody
on
gets it
there?
right, maybe we'll
Yeah,
throw you
Deke's actually been.
we'll throw you a t-shirt or
Oh,
something.
yeah. My dad is on there.
Yo, Deke, did you win the game tonight? Or
He said
right-
no.
Oh, Doc Rivers' performance.
What do you got, Brody? You got a question?
Yeah, you said you had something you wanted to ask.
So, say the Eagles do win this game. Is Brady done?
No.
Oh.
He just got his extension. He got.
No, he
another-
didn't.
Yeah, he got 2 years.
No, he
last
didn't.
year.
He got it's a 2-year deal.
This is his first year.
No.
He signed an extension.
Yeah, he's got one more
Yeah,
year.
he's got another year. He signed a
one more
2-year
year.
extension, I think.
Even if he didn't,
Dude, he
he's not
signed
done.
it.
Yeah, even if he didn't, he's not
Doesn't
going out.
matter.
He is not going out losing to the Eagles again. He's not going out like that.
We got Joe Sullivan, 30-27 birds.
Yeah.
I just love how we're gonna run the score up. Like that.
That's
like,
where, you guys were all high. You,
like,
you were talking 21-17
At
at half.
half,
I'm
yeah.
like, come on, that's not happening.
yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying, like, just a close number game.
Yeah,
By half. We might be down by. I don't. It's hard for me to think that we'll get aired out like 21-30 or 21-7 or even like 21-10. I think it'd be. You know what I mean? Like that'd be 21-10. We're getting the ball. I wouldn't feel too bad. But 21-10,
call.
they're getting the ball. I would feel like, all right, I need to drink more.
That's a good point, though.
No, Brady's not done.
If Brady gets hurt, ACL.
That's a different question.
Did she just say it's ACL?
Different scenario.
Come on, dude.
Dude, didn't he tear?
If Brady
What?
gets struck by lightning.
Yeah, right.
That would be if Brady.
Stop it.
I'll tell you what, if Brady gets hurt in this game, I'm putting the mortgage on the money line for the Birds.
Wow.
You know what I was worried
Live bet.
about? I
Live bet.
Live bet.
I got to be honest with you, and I hope.
Calling your bank.
I hope I don't.
Can I get a wire?
I hope I don't jinx them. But you know what I'm seriously worried about? Just
Oh,
because I've been
God.
tooting Jalen Hurts' horn, is that tomorrow, like 3:00, we're gonna see Jalen Hurts has entered COVID.
Nah, they
protocols.
won't. Nah, they won't. They won't have that.
Could you imagine?
Nah, that won't happen.
All the Minshew mania can go nuts. AB might, have
Yeah.
a.
No, Hurts is growing on AB. He's growing on him.
Oh, I know.
Like a flower. The
yeah.
flower takes time to
You
blossom.
guys all
Yeah,
have
that's-
to at least come to the table and be like, Smitty, you were a little bit right about Hurts.
I
No, yeah, absolutely.
started last
I know.
week.
I just like hearing it.
But what you are wrong on is the whole Ben
I
Simmons
agreed with
thing.
you the whole time.
So let's get
Why?
on to Ben Simmons.
I'm the one that said make him sit. That's AB.
He's
You were okay
Me and
with
you
him.
were-
you swore he was going to play this year.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. But
He's not playing.
He's never playing in a Sixers uniform again.
no, I agree. I'm there.
Yeah.
But I also think that he probably
Needs to get the
the
hell
way
out.
that Embiid's playing right now, I think you got to move him.
What
So
were
I
you
think
gonna
he's
say?
traded.
Yeah, no, I was going to say like we're about a month from the trade deadline in the
think
NBA, right?
Yeah.
There's always
He's got
every other day there's another rumor about who Ben's getting traded for.
It's heating up now, which is weird.
Him and Danny Green both need to go. Don't get me started on Danny Green. either.
Danny Green, and Tobias can all go.
Yeah, Tobias getting
You
lit up.
about to just send $100 million out the door.
Go ahead. They're
Dude.
been terrible.
I got two deals that I talked about. I should bring them over with Nate, see what he says. My two trades I
Say them.
proposed.
Say them.
There you go.
The
Yeah,
first
we
trade is, and then the audience can respond to. First trade is sending Ben Simmons to Atlanta for John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Bogdanovich, and a 1. Then I'm going to trade Tobias Harris to Sacramento for Buddy Hield and Bagley. And I've just increased my entire depth of my team.
I don't
think you got a bit greedy with throwing the 1 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know
even
if they
you
give
got
that
greedy
much
with
for.
it. But the only thing I
for
like in the
Atlanta.
Ben trade is Collins and the 1.
But
But
the
if
other
you're-
thing,
if you're
here's the other
Bogdanovich-
thing that I want you to realize with Bogdanovich and Bagley, it's not only about the quality of the player, but it's the flexibility moving
I get
forward.
Yeah, I get it. But I just don't like Bogdanovich. I don't really.
Find Lou Williams.
He wanted to retire. I don't.
I just on the Atlanta side, they're
Well, all
not,
right, I'll give
they're
it
not
to
going to
you.
give DeAndre Hunter and a 1.
I'll give it.
Right.
to
That's
you.
why I think you got a little.
What about if
greedy.
I change with Bogdanovich and I throw in? I want Herter.
I would take Herter
Herter, Collins,
and Hunter and a 1.
or Herter, Collins, and just a 1 for
Nah.
Simmons, or Hunter. One or the other.
Well, the
But
thing with
either-
Hunter is he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, but can Ben play off ball? Like, you know,
That's
what I mean?
not my problem when he goes.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm
That's a
thinking.
good point.
Hey,
But
you
I'm
know,
saying
I can give
if I'm
two shits.
Atlanta, because
They are, dude. They want him.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Like
Yeah,
Trey
I
Young
don't know how they-
constantly wants the ball in his
like
hands.
Trey
And
has the
They're
ball in his
saying
Like
hands.
Trey
Nate's
can
saying,
play
Ben
it
can't
too.
play off the ball.
I agree, Nate. But
Well, I mean, Ben's an upgrade over Collins.
Absolutely. But like Trey Young constantly needs the ball. So why would they want Ben? I don't understand.
I mean, because just Ben. I mean, I don't know.
Are they going to transition him into the power forward that he should be?
I guess.
I also said that another one is like
Yeah,
Simmons.
what do they do when Capella comes back then?
Simmons,
You could play the center, I guess. For
Simmons-
Let's go
Get
play
rid of
center.
Collins. Like,
Simmons to Sacramento is the place where I think you can get value because if you trade Simmons to Sacramento, and I don't really want De'Aaron Fox. I don't think he fits here because I don't think he can shoot. But if you get a team that wants a De'Aaron Fox, like there's a couple spots where it works.
Yeah, you're
that
saying your
in a
third team,
three-way, my
yeah.
third team is either the
There's
Wizards
a lot of things that can work in a
or
three-way.
Ingram. Yeah, that's true.
or
Yeah.
not work.
Or that's true too.
Ingram's a perfect fit for New Orleans too. But
Depends on which way you're going.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he moved. I think Simmons moves at the deadline. I don't think they can.
I don't see it.
If he doesn't,
What's that Seinfeld thing? I'll tell you, I don't see it.
If he doesn't, do you think he plays another game for the Sixers?
No.
You think he sits the rest of the season? That's where I'm
he's
at.
done.
No,
That's
I don't
that's
think
why
so.
I think
I don't.
I think they move him at the deadline. There's going to be a team at the deadline that just looks at him and says, "You know what? I'm going to take. I'm
Unless
going to
they're
make a
getting
run."
trigger
I'm gonna
happy.
take 'em.
No.
I think New Orleans, like they're like, oh well, if they decide to blow it up
But-
for
but-
Zion,
But
tits.
Maury and Elton Brand have already made it public to these insiders like Woj. None of these guys that are offered, they're not. It's not moving the needle for them.
Brandon Ingram's on their list. He's definitely a top 25 player. I think he's on their
I
list.
would love
100%.
Brandon Ingram.
I
Brandon
know
Ingram
you
would be awesome.
But if you can find a way, like I said, to get that three-way deal where like you land a young player from the Kings,
But it's just-
and Fox goes. Like,
But if I'm just getting Brandon Ingram back in a Ben Simmons deal, I'm not going to be really
no, that's
satisfied.
why. Remember I said like the
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes.
It's
and
got to
Halliburton?
involve somebody else.
That's
And now you're hearing the stuff about Toby too. They'd like to get rid of him.
Please go ahead.
So are Ben
It's
and-
because that contract is.
Yeah,
it
and
really
it's-
might
and
be the
it's-
worst contract
yeah,
I've
it's
ever
awful.
seen.
and that's the
It's
thing. Like,
awful.
so you're gonna have to find a team that's willing to take
Maybe
on the awful
Like
sacrifice.
contract.
he's making $40 million next
See,
year.
the thing is with the Pelicans, maybe they realize, all right, we got no shot. We're going nowhere. Do they move Zion too to clear up even more
That's what I'm saying,
space?
to the Knicks.
Well, I maybe.
Yeah, that's
All
what.
right, so here we go. We got New Orleans, Philly, and the Knicks.
Three-way.
Three-way.
You got Atlanta and Sacramento
we get
too.
Randall back.
No, Randall.
And,
I don't
uh,
want freaking Randall.
I don't think the Knicks would give us anything really. Maybe
No, you would
maybe a
have.
bench like Noel, maybe a bench
No,
guy.
I
was gonna
was
say
I was thinking if you did that, you would have to send young assets to New Orleans. So we might
Well,
have
that's
to
what
send
New
our
Orleans is
first
going to want draft picks.
quickly.
New Orleans is going
Young
to.
guys.
I would take quickly.
No, I'm saying
No, you got to
New
send him to
Orleans.
New Orleans. That makes
Quickly and
sense.
Maxey
Yeah.
back together.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but that ain't happening.
The
But
Yeah,
I,
you're gonna send
Quickly went
Quigley
to
and
Kentucky, right?
and Matisse.
I want to do a deal with Sacramento. It's either these are the two teams that I'd rather deal with. There's three. Sacramento in a three-way. Sacramento, Washington, Philly.
Washington, that means Beal.
Yeah.
Sacramento, New Orleans, and Philly, or Sacramento, Boston, and
And
Philly,
Boston.
where De'Aaron Fox goes to Boston
See-
and we get Jaylen Brown.
I like that. See, I'm still obviously the pipe dream and goal is Beal or Lillard.
Lillard's done. He's
Li-
got 6 to 8 week surgery today. He's done. He was in Philadelphia. Everybody's all
Yeah.
excited. You're not trading.
Maybe
for him.
that lowers the value.
Dude, get the hell out of here.
Maybe
Woj said they still want to build around him.
that makes no sense. They're going nowhere. And the thing is with the Blazers, like, what are they? They're not in the top 8 right now, are they?
I don't know.
They can't be. So, and they got a ton of cap that they're going to have with McCollum and Lillard. How are they going to build around that still?
You need a team that is not going to be able to attract the star talent, which is why I think it's Washington, Sacramento, or New Orleans.
New Orleans might
Perfect.
take the Oklahoma City thing and
Perfect
just
trade.
get draft picks.
New
Orlando.
Orleans.
They got a kid down there. What's his name?
Anthony?
Markel Fultz.
I really thought he was actually being serious.
Mo Bamba.
Actually, call Anthony, but they're not going to move
Mo
him. Like,
Bamba,
Yeah,
Markel Fultz.
Oh my gosh. No, Mobamba, or I'm thinking Bulbo.
I mean, who
not
thinks he
Bulbo.
gets moved?
I
think he
don't.
does.
I think it's just gonna
Nick, do
carry
you
into
think
the
he
off
gets moved
season.
at the deadline?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
I think it's carried on into the off
I
season.
want to know what the prop bets are for where Simmons lands.
I think if he doesn't get moved, then you get no value from him.
Do you think if he doesn't get moved, he's going to play? Are you with AB on that he will have to play?
No.
For us,
Yes.
Why would he have to?
no. I think he'll still sit.
He'll
that's why
I
I
think so,
That's
too.
why I think Morey's going to do something.
That's
It may not be what we all want, and he's going to have to.
no.
he's
see,
not the
going
one
to-
that's going to get trigger
Dude,
happy. Though.
Morey is not going to F with. And if you're an NBA owner, you have to be excited by what Morey's doing. No GM or president of basketball operations has stood up and said to a player, like, I'm not moving you because you want to be moved. And
But-
and
all right.
I think that that's the right move. So I don't think he's going to settle. It's
Look,
going to have
look
to
at
be
the
a
team,
star.
though. Look at the team, and you're going to tell me that Morey's okay with sitting down and wasting Joel Embiid's MVP.
I
year.
think Morey's all about proving a point. I don't know what you think.
But if
TJ.
you're proving a point and you're hurting your team,
Are
like,
they hurting their team?
is this not?
yeah.
Is Embiid not playing
Yeah.
like the best
mean-
basketball of his career right now?
Yeah,
but I mean,
exactly.
like, we have beaten some good teams without him.
No, but it's.
I know what you're
you
saying.
gotta
I
make.
don't
a
wanna
move. If
waste-
you want to be a
I get-
legitimate contender
I agree.
with Embiid, you gotta make.
I
a move.
agree, but my point is, if you've waited this long, you might as well now go all in. You need to wait it out. You've wasted a half a season.
But you know he's not coming back.
You can't settle.
So you can't sit here and wait.
Right. So unless you're thinking of something.
I don't think Maury's the type that gets trigger happy though. I think
That's what I'm saying.
it's going to be another GM that's like, all right, you know what? Screw it.
Well, and that's fine.
And I'll be fine with that.
Right.
But I don't think Maury's
That's
the type.
my point.
Yeah,
He's not going to give him away. Because
So I think. See, I can't see how Boston would do a Jaylen Brown trade.
Unless Tatum's like it's not working.
But that's the only thing. I mean, I would love Jaylen Brown and Embiid. Oh, that'd be awesome.
I think Brandon Ingram and Embiid is just
Brandon
as
Ingram
good.
would be sick too.
Right.
Somebody other than Toby
Yeah,
and Embiid.
Ship Toby off.
Because you know it's not going to be Ben
Would
and
you-
Embiid.
I know you're not a
If
Buddy
he can
Hield
push
guy.
Toby to be the
Would you trade Toby for Buddy Hield
I might.
and Bagley?
Halliburton's off the table, I guess.
No, Halburn's on the table in a
It
Simmons
is.
deal. Would you? That's another thing. If you
I don't
can't
know.
get, would you go Hield, Halburton,
The thing
Bagley, and a
with,
one?
thing with Tobias, nobody wants that contract, and that
No, but I'm saying for Simmons. Would you
and
do
that's why
Hield?
maybe Maury's got a blank.
Would you do Hield, Halburton, and
He's gonna have to pay for the contract.
exactly, yeah.
Like, there's no way.
unless you move Simmons to that team as well, and they're desperate to want Simmons, and you can somehow do a 3 or 4 team deal. I agree with you, Nate. Though you have to make the team that wants Simmons be like, all right, you got to take Harris too.
They're not taking those two contracts.
Sacramento would, because what do they got?
Yeah, but then they're setting themselves back.
But that might also be where Maury's got to tuck his tail a bit and
Yeah.
say, all right,
You don't set yourself
Here's-
back if you get Oklahoma City involved and they get a bunch of
Oklahoma
picks.
City's loaded with picks, and
Right.
that's how they wanted
So
it to
you
be.
get. So I'm saying if you get another.
So why
team
would
in-
they eat Tobias's contract?
I'm not saying Tobias, but I'm saying if you get them involved in a deal
You
where
know, it would be awesome if
Shea Alexander
yeah,
and you give them picks.
and you give them Ben and just let Ben rot in Oklahoma City with
I would
those
love that too.
with scrubs.
I would love that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I mean, Minnesota's giving us everybody, but
Anthony Edwards.
I'm not. I don't. D'Angelo Russell don't do it for me.
No, I agree.
D'Angelo Russell and another piece, okay, like a big piece from another deal.
If they
like
give us Anthony
Collins-
Edwards, I'll take Anthony Edwards.
you ain't getting Anthony Edwards.
I know, but
well, we got 3.5 more weeks of
yeah,
more
more
Trade,
more of
uh,
this.
the trade machine
Yeah.
and people throwing out all kinds of ridiculous things on
Yeah.
Twitter and what the trade's going to happen. So each week as we get closer to the deadline, we'll
John
gauge our
Collins.
likelihood of Ben getting
Yep.
traded.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I just don't
The
I
first
just don't want
dominator,
them
the
to
Simmons
waste
dominator.
Embiid's MVP year because
Yeah,
he's
it's-
having an MVP year and-
Again.
Yeah.
It's the
What
frustrating
does
thing.
anybody say in the chat about this? Anything?
Yeah,
Joe
the
Sullivan's-
Joel and Joe's talk about Ben going to the Kings, Fox goes to New Orleans, and Ingram to Philly would be great. I agree, but that's too easy, right? There's got to be other pieces in that.
I mean, maybe you throw him in like a shake.
Well, the
Milton.
contracts would have to match, and those
Yeah, but-
contracts don't
yeah,
match.
they do. Ingram and Simmons match. They're all
Really?
max players. They all
I didn't know
signed
Ingram
max
was a
deals.
max player.
Yeah, he signed a
Shit.
max last
Oh.
year.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm
there's
saying,
got to be
like-
more than that. You can't.
I still, yeah,
there's
that's
not
still,
a straight up
I don't
trade.
think-
That's
yeah, I
gonna
don't think
happen.
I'll
you could
take
do that.
I'll take Josh Hart with Ingram, and I'm not a Nova guy.
Yeah.
For the bench,
He's just okay.
AB would love that.
I know he would. Oh, he brings so much.
Oh yeah.
Great versatile player.
While you're at it, bring Jalen Brunson in.
Yeah, right.
Where's Chris Dunn?
Where's DiVincenzo at?
Dunn, who's the other one? Chris.
Archidiakono?
What's the other one? The guy from that freaking was drafted by Golden State. He was a
Oh, in
transfer.
Villanova?
Yeah, he was a transfer from Fordham, and then he came to Nova for 2 years. He was on the championship team.
The big dude.
You talking about Looney?
No,
Ochefu?
no.
Daniel
Oh,
Ochefu?
Pascal? No,
Yeah,
not
Yeah, Eric
yeah,
Pascal.
Pascal. Pascal.
Yeah, you're right. Eric
and then,
Pascal.
and then who's the guy that came out after a year and sucked? He went to Atlanta. He could shoot threes.
No, not DiVincenzo.
Oh, dude, I can't think of his name.
On Villanova?
Yes, he was on the
Was it-
championship team.
Was it recent? Oh, it was
Yeah.
a championship team?
Yeah,
Chris Jenkins?
no,
That's why I was thinking of Chris Jenkins,
No.
not Chris Dunn. I said Chris Dunn.
I don't know. On Atlanta.
You said it on Atlanta. I'm trying to think of Atlanta.
Oh,
Archie
I'm not sure.
Diacono?
He was on the Bulls. He's still on the Bulls,
I
isn't
thought
he?
he went over to Europe.
Hold on, I'll give it to you.
I know he's making.
Omari Spellman.
Oh,
He was a
God.
lottery pick. Or I
Really?
mean, 2018. He was a first round pick, not lottery. I'm sorry.
Wow,
But
jeez.
remember him,
That was 4 years ago.
Pascal. That's right.
Jeez. I still had hair
And
4 years ago.
one guy that's good from Nova, which I would take in a Detroit deal, Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Like, give me like
He's-
Jeremy
he's-
Grant,
he's
Cindy
nice, yeah.
Bay, and Kate Cunningham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really nice. They were talking about
Sure.
Jeremy Grant early on in the trade talks.
Kate
For
Cunningham.
Bay.
If the GM at Detroit did that, they'd be fired.
Yeah,
the next day.
absolutely.
Kate Cunningham.
You traded our future for what?
Ben Simmons for John Morant.
Yeah, right.
All right. We're going to shut it down.
Let's go. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Except for DJ, he's not a believer.
I'm a believer. I just
You
just
like to
don't-
win money.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's true too.
right here where you say Eagles and then you go home and bet the Bucks. None of us know.
I don't know.
Yeah, God will know.
I don't know.
The gambling
All right.
gods.
Give
Yeah.
us if they win, give us the play they win on. And not the Philly
Give
special.
us a Merrill impression.
Wait,
Come on, Smitty.
If they win,
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
the play they win?
There's got to be a play they win on.
Give a little Merrill
Game-winning
impression.
field goal, 59 yards.
59 in the rain and wind, dude.
Jake.
Give me.
I like Andrew's thought though. I think if they win,
They marched down
Hurts
the field.
makes a big play, whether it's with his arm or his legs. He gets them in field goal position, and they win by either a point or 2 points. to win the
Snap.
game.
I think
Hold is good,
I
and
think
it
Smitty
kick is
gets-
away. It's
I think Smitty
It's
gets loose. I
good.
think Smitty gets loose beyond the secondary.
I
And
want to
then
hear
even
your
if he
Merrill
has to
impression
win-
on what the play is.
Oh, I don't know. I ain't doing all that.
Go here, Mike, quick, and it's
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
All right, what do you got, DJ?
What do you-
I
Smitty.
think that it could be a 2-minute drill type drive in the game, and Hurts leads them down the field for a game-winning field goal.
And if that happens, everybody at this table will be like, Hurts is the guy.
I think we already think
I
that Hurts
agree
gets
with
another
you
year,
all
but
years.
maybe
No, but I mean, if he beats the Bucks, he cements himself here. You beat Brady, bro. Look, you can live off that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think he's good without it.
yeah,
be
I think
honest with
No,
I
I'm
think he's good
saying
for
I'm
another-
saying beyond that.
Oh, you mean like a franchise?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a franchise?
I mean, if they
Oh.
beat, if he
I mean,
goes-
look at Wentz. So I can't. We can't say
Oh,
that.
we didn't
Oh,
get
here-
into
we
the
didn't
Wentz.
get into Wentz.
loser.
Here's a
Hey,
stat.
no,
Yo,
Smitty,
here's a-
Smitty.
hold
We're
on.
90 minutes in, so
We're
don't
wrapping
go
up.
fuck. Yeah,
No,
wrap
this
this
is-
shit up.
This is a real quick stat. As long as Jalen Hurts goes over 4 yards, he beats Wentz's total playoff career yards. So all Hurts has to do is QB sneak for 4 yards, and he has had a better playoff
Jesus.
career than that bum Carson Wentz.
That'll be another episode.
At least Wentz gets to do what he truly loves now: hunt and fish.
Probably FaceTime Pat.
Andrew,
Bernard.
what's your play?
What's your play?
What do you mean?
What's your game-winning
Interception,
play?
interception.
You're saying the Eagles are going to win. What's the big play?
Slight
that-
pick
He said
six.
No,
field
no,
goal. He said a
don't
59-yard
take
field
mine.
goal.
Oh, sorry.
59. What do you got, Brody? You said Tampa Bay, didn't you?
Who, me?
No, you said the Eagles. All right, what do you got?
Defensive stop.
Oh, like a fourth turnover on down
Yeah,
stuff.
turnover
Oh,
on
I
down.
like it. I like it,
They
bro.
stop him again.
There it is.
You got a big play, Nate. I know you said Tampa Bay, but you got a big play.
Yeah, I mean, if like I said, if the Eagles win, it'll be Hurts either with his legs or his
That's right.
arms making a big play, and then they get a winning field goal.
That's 2017.
Wait, you changed your score.
2017,
No, it's the year.
late in the fourth. For some reason, Brady forces the ball. Slay pick six.
Oh, that is the score, not the year.
I got a
Wow.
better one.
Good.
There we go.
That's a good
Brady's
one.
Birds
at the-
win
Brady's at the
24-20.
line and shotgun inching his balls. Doesn't realize it, and the play goes, and we pick it up.
Oh,
Fumble.
God.
That's what I think.
That's
And then
unrealistic.
we call it the ball scratcher.
Smitty,
The play-
shut up.
The ball
Shut up.
scratcher play.
The ball scratcher.
Who
All
scratches
right.
balls again?
All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us again on another episode of the Say the Boot First podcast. Got a little ridiculous at the end here.
As
But,
Look
yeah,
at
we got it. Wild,
Look at the
super
kids
wild
giggling.
card weekend. Super wild card weekend. Should be a good weekend of
Chop,
It's
football.
gonna be really fun.
Chop shop post.
Chop. We're gonna go. All right. Yeah. Go Birds. Be excellent to each other.
Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory.